Welcome, everybody, to what may be the last episode of the great Ace Attorney. Although I'm not too sure how the plot is gonna all come together. This is usually, when it's the last case of an Ace Attorney game, usually that's when it's revealed that everything was connected, all the previous cases had something to do with one another. So far, I can only think of McGundle having something to do with this all. Maybe he was behind every murder somehow, implicitly. I don't know. But what I do know is that we're in the third chapter of episode 5's trial, and I can't wait. I can't wait. Welcome to English 4.2.0. Nice. Ooh, I can't wait, I can't wait. I guess anybody watching this on YouTube would know whether or not it's the last one, judging by the length of the video. We'll see. 17th of April, 12:41 p.m. Old Bailey, defendant lobby. Gina, good job hanging in there. If anything, I was hanging by a thread. Huh. I hate how I've gotten so used to seeing her like this. Naruhodo, that's such kind of girl she is. She's very sassy. You don't like it? Go get Suzato back. After she's done tending to her father, of course.
Gina Bean! You okay? You seem kind of down.
Oh. I would be too, after that sham of a defense that I just put out there. You know how long I took? Well, if you're watching on the YouTube video, you don't know all that time I cut out from me bumbling about with the Warrior Brothers. I don't know. That one testimony was confusing to me for some reason. Main GI feels trolled that the McGundle case ended with that cliffhanger. Yeah. And then, what? Are we still getting? Do we still find something out about it? I hope so. I also have to wait till the next game. Hanging by a thread is still hanging. If barely. You know what? Ace Attorney protagonist should be used to that by now. I guess it makes sense. Naruhodo is the first one.
Why? Why are you fighting so hard for someone gormless like me?
You got plenty of gorm.
Huh? You saw the photo?
The photo?
Oh, you mean this? Holmes's camera really didn't help us out there.
There's gotta be something we haven't noticed in the picture yet. Like a bullet hole somewhere, or some sort of rhyme or reason to the desk being astray, being askew.
I honestly didn't even know there was a photo like that.
That's why our case is so weak.
Anyone would say I'm done for after seeing this.
I won't lie. My stomach started knotting up when it was presented. Naruhodo doesn't have a Mia to let him know. As long as you believe in your client, the truth will make itself known. I hope. Unless they're McGundle.
Even after all is said and done, you still want to say you trust me?
I gotta. Yeah, of course. Plenty of gorm. So much gorm, it's overflowing.
Hey, Gina Bean, would you mind telling us something? What really happened that night?
What really happened, Luigi?
Huh? Ryu's been able to piece together a lot of the story. But if you'll tell us, I want to hear it from the horse's mouth.
I can't imagine why Gina would try to hide what she knows, what she's seen.
Fine.
It can only help our case, right?
That night, after we all ate at Holmes's place, I went with Iris and spoke with you lot on your gaff.
Right. I remember that.
After that, I couldn't catch a wink of sleep at all. So I went over to that pawn shop. I just had to check. This was about Iris's manuscript, right? The Hound of the Baskervilles?
Oh, this was about Iris's manuscript, right? The Hound of the Baskervilles?
I don't know what kind of story it is, but I was sure it would have been pretty bad for Holmes if it got out. That's the reason why he fibbed about popping it off at the pawn shop. At least, that's what I thought at the time. So I...
Just wanted to help us be at ease. If only you hadn't picked that night to go. If only Susato didn't have to leave the next morning. It's odd how coincidental that is. Maybe, I don't want to point any fingers, but maybe Vortex has something to do with both incidents. Susato having to leave and this pawn shop break-in. He wouldn't have been able to plan this, though. Well, maybe I'm just being conspiracy theorist. You broke into Hatch's shop.
I just had to know if the manuscript was actually there or not, you know? Of course, I never thought things would turn out the way they did. I smashed the lock on the entrance and went inside. Everything was pitch black. So I lit the lamp on the table after that. What are you doing? Ah! I thought my heart was going to stop. Before I knew what was I doing.
That's when the picture was taken. Why were you... Hatch found you. And you took the gun? Oh, what unfortunate timing. Vortex was only responsible for the Wario brothers. Oh, really? Maybe he's the third Wario brother. Maybe he's Wally. What was his name? It wasn't Wallace, was it?
I had snatched the gun from the counter and I was pointing it right at him.
Doesn't look like you were pointing it at him.
You're that girl from earlier today. Is this the sort of thing pickpockets are up to nowadays?
The manuscript. The Sherlock Holmes one. Is it here?
Gina, what are you doing? This is not the way you ask politely. Just have some trust in people.
What in the world do you want?
The Hound of the Somethingvilles. If it's here, I want to see it.
I'm sorry. Even if my life is at stake, I cannot hand over another customer's belongings.
I don't want to nick it. I just want to have a look, is all.
Just wants to see.
You want to see it?
I need to know if Holmes actually left it here. Please, let me see the manuscript.
Okay, I get it. Please, just put the gun down.
She could have not known what would happen next.
The uncle unlocked the storeroom and the two of us went inside.
Gina.
The manuscript was actually there. Holmes was telling the truth. Gina Bean, did you do that for me?
She did it for all of us.
Suddenly, I heard something coming from inside the shop.
That must have been when the Tin Pillar brothers broke in. The Tin Pillar men. Still can't believe that was actually... I think the localizers put that in.
Did you hear that? Someone's out there.
Good grief. Is my shop an exclusive gathering place for miscreants tonight?
Oh, bugger. I forgot to close the bloody door after I came in.
I thought you broke the lock. Amazing it still works.
I'll take a look. Give me the gun.
Promise you won't shoot yourself with it? It's a bit too late for that, huh? I can't even joke. He's gone.
I should go too.
Don't be daft. You stay here. Don't move a muscle.
Right. And that's how Gina ended up in the storeroom waiting for that conflict to resolve, but something went south. Hatch had to run back in.
After he said that, he went and took the gun from me and left. I tried to hear what was happening from inside the dark storeroom when suddenly I heard sounds of a struggle. I felt like I had to go and help.
Gina, no, that's dangerous. You might get yourself accused of murder. Well, we see how that went. Wario and Waluigi aren't actually brothers, right? Like they'd be stepbrothers at most. You talking about actual Wario and Waluigi? I think the official statement from Nintendo was Wario and Waluigi aren't brothers. They just are two very dastardly men who happened to find each other. And it was a match made in Wahel.
Right when I was about when I was going to leave the room.
Ugh.
I think there were 2 gunshots. They fired almost simultaneously.
2? There's a third gun. There has to be. The evidence shows 3 bullets and 2 gunshots. That's the only way. Right, we found that out last time.
And then he dropped like a brick right in front of me. I rushed to shut the bloody door quick, and I locked it.
You were worried that the culprit might have come in afterwards, right?
I picked up the gun from the uncle's hand. If they tried to come in, I had to fight back.
But what use would that have been? He only keeps 1 bullet in. Oh, bad idea.
Well, when I looked down at him, I realized. He was already dead.
彼はもう死んでいる. Oh. Gina was just trying to help this whole time.
And then the back of my head got really cold. I can't really remember anything after that.
Did you pass out from seeing the body, or did someone knock you out? Back of your head got cold. I don't know of any chemical that does that. Like chloroform, but you apply it to the back of your head, like some sort of head-on. That was when you fell unconscious, right? 2 gunshots.
If only I hadn't been such a cock-up.
No, that's me. I'm the chicken.
Then Ash wouldn't have had to die for me.
Did you tell any of this to the police?
Of course I did, but no one really would have believed me. Lying will only get you in more trouble, they said.
And so they said. This is all because of that freaking unrelated case that had Toby and the gang all rushed to complete it. They gave no semblance of respect to this case. Gina was injusticed.
Don't worry. Just hold out for a little longer. Ryu will corner the culprit in a flash.
I will? I will.
Is it really him? Egg Benedict?
Egg. If that's a pseudonym, what's his real name? B. Fullington? No, that's a different guy. Egg. That's the guy.
The bloke who looked down on me with that divvy grin on his face.
This smug butt.
He was looking at the shop that night.
He was at the shop? You saw him and you didn't say anything? I still don't know his real name, but... Oh no, you're just saying what we learned last time. I have no doubt he's involved with the crime. Right, because of his blood. Thanks for telling me all this, Gina.
Huh?
It's valuable evidence, even if you don't think so. Even if they won't accept it. I'll just say it was a little birdie told me.
All that's left is to leave it to Ryu. You can sit back and relax.
Oh. Just breathe, Naruhodo. This will all be over soon. Direhit, hello, welcome to the stream. Welcome back, welcome everybody.
Naruto.
Yeah? What is it, Gina?
How can you still say that you trust me?
You didn't do it, right? Gotta believe in your client. To the bitter end. You've come back to Egg Benedict. Okay, Caitlin, welcome back. It's Adoba. Close enough. Yeah, that's me. You're just in time for the last trial of this game. If you have any interest in this series whatsoever, you're in for a ride.
Have you already forgotten about everything that happened 2 months ago? Me and that bugger, McGundle, we lied to you. And because of that, you ended up letting a murderer go scot-free.
Yeah, well, he's dead now, so... Did it really change that much in the end? I still don't know who did it. Was it Van Zeeks, or did McGundle commit suicide to hide his crimes? Maybe the guilt got to him. No, that kind of scum wouldn't believe that. Wouldn't think that for a second. There's a vigilante out there, maybe. I don't know. I'll never forget.
Huh?
I had no choice back then. And I still feel that regret to this day. It was either that or not becoming a lawyer, not become an attorney. And I had promised my friend. I promised my best friend that I would. Unfortunate. But I promised you at the start, didn't I? No matter what happens, I'll trust you until the bitter end.
But I could still be feeding you lies. He might still be defending a murderer again, you know?
Like you, I also stood as a defendant in court before.
Blimey.
It was a murder case back in Japan.
Naruhodo, you better watch your tongue. Iris is here. Just don't mention the victim.
Mangi says we didn't figure out who forged the evidence in that Magundal trial. I mean, you can assume it was Magundal, or at least Gina acting under Magundal's influence, because she was the one behind the smoke bombs. That's true. Either way, it was probably one of them. Even I knew I looked suspicious. I had convinced myself that nobody would believe me.
Wow.
But there was one man who offered to defend me, no matter what it meant for him, and then I ended up defending myself. He was my best friend.
Oh, game, pulling out Asogi's theme on me. My heart, it's all coming back. Asogi, why didn't you eat the chicken? Oh.
There he is. Naruhodo, is there anyone who trusts you more than me? Leave it to me. All you have to do is trust me. I was so happy that I started crying. But at that moment, somewhere deep inside me, I couldn't help but think. In truth, even he suspects me, doesn't he?
Everyone thinks I'm guilty.
That doubt in Naruhodo's mind. I don't think Asogi doubted him for a second. But I was wrong. Damn straight you were.
Asogi.
Once the trial started, he made it plain as day. He really did trust me. We don't know which one planted the evidence. I don't think it really is that important to know. It's one of them. Asogi died, leaked to Vortex, leaked to Vortex? What? And gradually, my trust in him strengthened as well. It was a bond between brothers.
Asogi, I miss him.
And there's no spirit channeling to bring him back. He's really just gone. This is a punch to the gut when in regards to Ace Attorney. In those games, it's like, oh yeah, toying with death, the afterlife. Oh, this guy's dead. Let's just bring him back. Let's ask him what happened. But this, he's really gone. Nothing's gonna bring him back. He only lives on in our hearts. Asogi, we won't let you down. That's what I realized. If I wanted others to trust me, I had to place my trust in them first.
First, place your trust in others?
No matter what happens, Gina, I trust you. You don't need to worry about a thing.
Even though I'm a skeeving, lying, dirty little tea leaf.
Tea leaf? Hey, I like tea, okay? That puts you in a good light in my eyes. Maybe Gina feels extra guilty because she's the one who planted the evidence? Maybe. Even if she didn't, she probably feels guilty because she conspired with him to plant the evidence. Either way, she feels responsible for it. Tea counter? We're counting tea now? Gina, you're different from Magundal.
What?
Yeah, you're not a lying rich son of a fish.
That's right. You're our friend after all.
Iris, we know you very well. You can trust us, Gina. That's all there is to it.
Yep.
That's all you have to do.
Yep.
Yep.
Naruhodo.
Gina, it's gonna be okay. Oh, don't cry. It's gonna be okay.
Oh.
Defendant, defense!
Thank you for ruining the mood, officer.
The trial will resume shortly. Return to the Crown Court at once.
Yes, sir. Oh. You're also a young chick, not an old Willy Wonka. An evil Willy Wonka. Willy Wonka and the Death Factory. And the Forged Evidence Factory. Defendant and defense. I've played both roles at least once. And if you're anything like Phoenix Wright, you'll play both again. Maybe. That's why I understand just how much it takes to truly trust someone from the bottom of your heart. And more than that. I understand the weight of having someone else fully place their trust in you. And now, the curtain rises on the final battle. Battle with Egg, apparently. I hope you're watching, Susato. And you too, partner. Osogi, why wouldn't you mention him by name? Maybe it's a respect thing. Also, Susato's not dead. Why are you acting like she is? Oh no. Trainer Millie, what's up? Just in time for Egg. Hello, welcome. Yeah, we're about to start. You haven't missed anything. You missed a sad Gina. And it breaks my heart. The final boss in this game is an egg. We're gonna crack that egg. Hammy, what's up? Just in time. No scream. We're good. We're good. Can't wait for Egg in the stand. Like a little egg stand for when you're eating a fancy breakfast. A little egg cup. Phoenix was only a defendant twice. I think so. If you count 3-1 and 1-2, yeah. I'd have to like remember the entire series. Shadowheart, are you late to the party? Egg? No, we're just starting. All right, everyone's here. Welcome, welcome. 17th of April, 1:41 p.m. Old Bailey, Crown Court. Court is now in session. Oh, hi, Tin Pillars. Are you still here? I don't think you're relevant anymore.
Court is now back in session for the trial of Gina Lestrade. Lord Van Zix, were you able to summon the witness?
We were able to issue a subpoena to the telecommunications office. Unfortunately, due to the rain, his coach will be arriving late. Right, that was in the news. He's gonna show up at the last second. Oh, very well. What are we gonna do? Just kinda bumble around with these two numbskulls? The Warrior Brothers?
During the recess, Inspector Gregson told me the details about the night of the crime. Overlooking this third bullet was a fatal blunder indeed.
What the heck, what kind of investigation was that? Missing an entire bullet. Not thorough at all. What? I have a feeling we're gonna end up solving that other case that has them so preoccupied. For sure. That has to be why Van Zix didn't want that music box disc to be submitted to evidence. Yeah, that's true. Maya is the one who's for the most part, in the defendant's chair or danger. All right. If I ever continue streaming the original Ace Attorney trilogy, we'll need to have a counter for every time Maya is accused of murder and every time she's kidnapped. Those counters are gonna overflow. Main GI doesn't know if they can stomach 3 more testimonies with the Warrior Brothers. I don't know either. What do they have left to say? Why do we even still believe them? What are you talking about? We're very trustworthy.
My deepest apologies, my lord. Now, regarding the evidence gained through the defense's use of forensic chemicals.
It's science. Believe it.
Unfortunately, it is inadmissible as evidence due to the lack of clear scientific basis.
For now. Look, man. In about 100 years, we're gonna be using these to solve trials all across the world. In Japan, Japanifornia, those two places. Korean.
Charat, this will be the last I hear of me and Holmesy. I remember this. Ding.
Team Rock is blasting off again. I think the forensic evidence has done its job already. We've got Egg onto the stand. That's the most important part. Main GI thinks there should be an Ace Attorney game with recursive case solving. You solved the last case, reveal something about case 4, resolves case 5, 3, 2, and then finally you can resolve the first case. I mean, the games are kind of like that already. It's just that they don't present you. It's always like you solve some sort of past trial in the last case, So in a way, it's kind of like that. You have to go all the way back to the past to solve the present. Cool, yet impossible. I don't know, maybe they can do it. Oh, hello, official. Calling it now. He is Sherlock Holmes in disguise.
My lord, the witness summoned by the court has just arrived. Very good. Bring him in at once.
Egg Benedict. I can't say that with a straight face. Egg Benedict. I didn't think we'd see him in court of all places. I had an idea. There's no way they could save that character for one appearance. Egg Benedict. Do something like the Gyakuten Saiban cases where every case is kind of solved but with a cliffhanger. Something like that. I am very excited by the way these cases play out. They aren't just like cut and dry. There's always something complicated about them. Like the second episode didn't even have a trial. It's just we needed to solve the mystery. The second game will make us think of all this differently. Ooh. I can't wait. I can't wait for the second game to be localized. Oh my gosh. Egg.
The court appreciates your prompt arrival despite our short notice.
But of course, it is only natural for an upstanding London citizen such as myself.
Now then, please state your name and occupation for the court.
Your real name, Rupert Crogray? Crogray. That's not a real name. What would that sound like in Japanese? Ruperto Kurogare. Kurogare. Black Gray? Maybe that's the pun? I work as a technician at a telegraph office. The two of us work in the heart of London as telegraphists responsible for the city area. So, for what reason have I been called here today? Egg. Come on, man, do a pose. Do your fancy stuff. You're not in court for nothing. Egg is between Gregson and the two Dumbos. You hope he's the third brother? You hope they think he's the third brother? I hope he is the third brother. No Egg. Don't worry, I'll still call him Egg. He's still Egg in my heart. It's like Kroger, but gray. Like the grocery store. I believe. Vinny, thanks for the host. Vinny, what's up? How you doing, man? We're just starting the case. You haven't missed much. We've learned Egg Benedict's true name is Rupert Crogray. Yeah, no, I'm gonna keep calling him Egg. I believe you should have been briefed on this situation by an officer during the ride here. Yes, that's correct. I heard this has to do with some murder in a Baker Street pawn shop. You know, not just any pawn shop, the one that you visited and tried to take somebody's coat from. Something about me sneaking into the shop on the night of the incident. Quite right, and that is the defense's accusation. Don't make me laugh, seriously. Looks like Egg's not being very jovial today.
Now, witness, the court demands your honest testimony. Testify about this accusation towards you.
I missed that so much. Vinny's doing good. Exhausted. 10-hour shift. Ugh. Well, get some rest, man. Crack a seat. Find your nest. Find her nest and get comfy. You hope Gina gets compensated for the coat being torn. Yeah, it's her coat. She claimed it. Very well. It would be my pleasure. Right, Egg. Spill your yolk. What's your testimony? About the accusation. Even a man like me will deign to visit a pawn shop once in a while. You claim that I broke into that pawn shop with these miscreants on the night of the murder? I don't see how you can expect me not to laugh at such a false allegation. And you even claimed that my blood was present at the crime scene. But shady forensic chemicals made by a shady detective can hardly be called evidence. Ah, damn it. We're gonna have to prove it another way, but how? If there's his blood on the bullet, he has to have been shot. He has a bullet wound. Hey, Egg, you wanna get naked? I mean, It makes sense in context. It's how we're gonna prove he wasn't shot. Okay? Or he was shot.
Then of course, you assert that you had nothing to do with the crime.
I'm honestly shocked and appalled. It's amazing how a detective's silly little toy has the power to bring the crown court to its knees.
Bullet. Egg, can you show me your egg whites? Your egg whites? Ugh. Looks like yolk's on me, if he doesn't actually have a bullet wound. It is the way of the court to respect the will of its jury.
Anna, thanks for the 100 bits. Egg.
Well, no, yeah, that's his name. Oh, that's not his name. That was his name. This guy, right here. Does it still say egg in the thing? No, it doesn't. Oh, man. This guy was using the pseudonym Egg Benedict up until now. I'm not even joking. I am not even joking. Egg is sexy. Take off his shell. All right, Dire Hit. I know how thirsty you are. Don't drink raw egg. It has salmonella. Oh no, that's a different character in this series. Egg and salmonella. You think they'd be friends? Red White 2.0. A little bit, maybe. America. No. Yes, we can. Hammy's eye drops are still on. Hammy's eyes are still on fire. Get your eye drops, man. Hopefully you recover from your surgery. Egg surgery? He might not have a bullet wound, but he might have a titanium pouch that saves his life. Is he Sherlock Holmes? I'm just assuming everybody is Sherlock Holmes in disguise because I want it to happen for some reason. I don't even know why. Time to expose him. All right. Well, literally. Funny you should mention that, as that lot up there is nothing but a band of disappointments. Hey, that's Mr. Disappointment to you. Oh, the jury. Watch your mouth. So, how long must I play along with this farce?
You will be free to leave soon. If you can prove that you have nothing to do with the crime, that is.
Thank goodness the judge is on our side. If this was the Ace Attorney judge, if this was the Ace Attorney trilogy judge, he'd be all too much of a hurry. He'd be in all of too much of a hurry to get this guy off the stand, assuming he has nothing to do with it. Is that all? Then it looks like I'll be able to make it back in time for afternoon tea. You will be having none of that. Gina is my tea leaf, okay? Hammy's left eye is 20/60. Wow, even after surgery? Yeah, your eyes were pretty messed up to begin with, huh? I hope it's still okay. Will they do LASIK again? Would that even help? Oh my.
Now, defense, begin your cross-examination.
We meet again, Mr. Egg Benedict. See, what'd I tell you? What was your real name again? Rupert Crogray? No, you are Egg. Kurogure. Pardon me, I don't think we've met. You liar. I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo, attorney at law. I introduced myself to you once before. Rupert Crogray, pleased to make your acquaintance. In any case... Whoa, excuse me? Thank you for the hat? Whoa! At least it's not a scalding cup of coffee. Let's get this over with quickly, shall we? What a show-off. At least I got this sweet hat. It's kind of like Zappelli's hat from JoJo. About the accusation. Oh, Rupert no, you see, this is my twin brother, Egg. I wouldn't be surprised. I actually had that thought in the back of my mind. Like, I'm not Egg, I'm Rupert. You're thinking of my twin brother. It would make sense. The Muse 3480. You're getting fried for dead meme, but have you heard they did surgery on an egg? That's not the meme, but I'll take it. They did surgery on a grape? I haven't thought about that in years. Not really, about like a year. It's disappointing that Egg's blood color is not yellow nor white. Hey, sometimes you get an egg with blood in it. It's kind of gross, but it's not unhealthy. It's just, it's just biology. Diraxel, what a catch. You're here for the stream. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. Hope everybody is well. Brother! The twin snakes. Maybe they were cloned. That's why they're eggs. Oh, let's see. Could you imagine opening an egg and it's just blood? Okay, I didn't mean just blood. That would scar me emotionally. Ugh. Just like a little bit of blood, not like just replace the yolk with blood. I mean, you could still fry it. It's got the proteins. Mr. Crowgrave, we met at around midday on the day of the crime, did we not? Metal Gear Solid, the twin yolks. Though you seem to have been using a fake name at the time. Egg Benedict. What kind of... I only accepted it because it was an Ace Attorney game. Egg Benedict. Any other game, I wouldn't... That name wouldn't have flown the coop. Windy, what's up? Welcome. Just in time for the first cross-examination. Let's go. The witness is currently giving testimony on the night of the crime. Huh? Van Zeeks, why are you preventing me from questioning the witness? That's all I have. At this point, there is no reason for him to answer any other questions. Not seriously? For real? Thank you. I have no desire to answer meaningless questions. He's trying to avoid saying anything that might leave him open to an attack. This guy's already getting on my nerves. I have had worse. Ace Attorney games, I've had way worse than this guy. This guy is small time. He ain't even AA grade extra large. Celeste, what's up? How you doing? People are coming in. Oh yeah, last stream of this game, I think. I still don't know for sure. You claim I broke into the pawn shop with these miscreants on the night of the murder. The evidence says so. What other evidence do we have, I wonder? Maybe if you have what you stole in your possession, if you stole anything? How are you, Celeste? How are you, Windy? How are you, everybody? Hope you are well. Hope you guys had good dinners. Hope you guys had egg. They separated conjoined quintuplets. Did they all live? Oh my gosh. Talk about les enfants terribles. That's one heck of a surgery. Props to the doctor. Holy crap. Was this a joke? Is this a joke? Ow. These quintuplets. Egg. Peep. Peep. Egg. Celeste is fine? How about you? How about me? I'm well. I'm good. I'm excited to finish this game. Holy crap, I've been playing it for so long. Are you saying you don't know these two men? These fools standing next to me? Do you not? Aren't you the third brother, Wally Tinpillar? Perish the thought. I don't keep company with riffraff, you see. I don't trust him. I don't trust him as far as I could throw him. Throwing eggs. But apart from that, I have a question. Who was it that dared to make such an absurd indictment against me? It was the attorney over there. Where? I don't see an attorney. I'm a chicken. Bok bok. How ridiculous. This great empire allowing a Japanese to stand in her courts. What a foolish mistake. Again with the racism. You know, people have brought this up. I think the racism in this game makes sense for the time period that it takes place in, for the people involved who aren't used to seeing foreigners in their land. Like, the premise of the game is that Japan and the UK, like, basically, they just opened up to each other recently. So, like, this is just agoraphobia all around. I think it fits. I think it fits. Dire Hit doesn't know if I'll finish tonight. Not if I keep reading chat. It's okay. I like reading chat. You guys are great. Without you guys, I wouldn't be streaming. You guys are worth it. They intubated the peeps. I saw this. It wasn't just peep surgery. It wasn't just one picture. It was a whole article about how they did a whole surgical procedure. Like, okay, documented like a whole medical A whole medical study. Anyway, I don't see how you can expect me not to laugh at such a false allegation. I don't see you laughing. Not laugh out loud. Were you there at 1 a.m. on the night of the crime? Who knows? Most nights I'm asleep long before then. But what can I tell you? Is that I certainly wasn't hanging around with these two. Why are the Tin Pillar Men avoiding him? Maybe they know? Maybe they know that if they give away their involvement with him, it'll just be bad for all involved? Or maybe they really don't know each other, they just happen to be there on the same night. The racism is still uncomfortable, even if it's time period accurate. Oh yeah, it's very uncomfortable, but I feel like that kind of adds to the kind of theme, like putting you in that time period, making you feel like you're truly not welcome. It's kind of like the idea of how all the Ace Attorney protagonists always get the short end of the stick, but this time it's like there's a reason for it. It makes you feel extra hopeless, but in like a kind of, I don't know, realistic way. Can you prove that? They warm up to him in the second game? I hope so, after proving himself in this one. Japanese boy, you seem to be misunderstanding something. What would that be? The witness claims that he was not present at the scene of the crime, but he is under no obligation to prove that he has an alibi. If you think that he was at the crime scene, the burden of proof falls onto you, since you are trying to challenge the witness. My only evidence has been deemed inadmissible to the court. We're gonna have to find something else. We're gonna have to crack him. Instead of badgering the witness with useless questions, back up your own claims. What are they? Weird. I like to think he's making those sounds, involuntarily. I don't think interpretive dance is accepted language in the courtroom. No, we just don't have an interpreter. Hey, if Phoenix can cross-examine a parent, you can cross-examine a dance. Just saying. You gotta be good. You gotta get good. Egg is not gonna give up anytime soon. It's gonna be a while. I got time. Hopefully I got time. And you even claimed my blood was present at the crime scene. There's no doubt that traces of blood were found at the crime scene. We found them thanks to the chemicals developed by the Sherlock Holmes. You know, that guy. He's real, don't you know? I know him, he's my friend. My uncle works at Nintendo. Oh, you think I'm the only man in the world with blood running through his veins? Yes. We all just die of oxygen deprivation. Nothing carrying it to our brains. How do you know that the blood you found belongs to me? Bring in the forensic investigation kit from the future. It could have easily come from one of these two, no? I don't know, were they shot? Everyone's blood has slightly different makeup. Mr. Holmes' special chemicals react with... Ridiculous! Who is this Holmes character you keep prattling on about? You met him? You wrestled away you tried to wrestle away a music disc from him? Well, from me, technically. He's the great detective! Everyone in London knows him! Right, that guy. A great detective. Don't you find that phrase just a little embarrassing? Have these guys never read a book? Oh, look at that. Somebody's thinking. Waluigi? Well, I'll let the dialogue play out first. Yeah, it is kind of a plot device in these games. It's kind of inseparable from the plot of these games. But it's like, I mean, the characters are... I can't blame them for being raised the way they were in the time that they were. That's just how it is. That's how it was. You've been reading too many fairy tales if you dreamed of a character like that. Yolk runs through his veins. Ugh. And such fairy tales have no place in the courts of the British Empire. No.
He doesn't know what he's talking about. Our science is perfect.
But if we can't prove that, then we can't put an end to this dastardly twirling. Dastardly twirling. That's one way to put it. Well, I must admit that these chemicals do produce pretty colors. I'm sure your friends in Japan would love it if you were to bring them back as a gift. People's blood? That doesn't sound very sanitary. Huh. I wonder if he's the type to do something like that for his friends. You assume he has friends, Naruto. No, he's got at least a dozen. All from the same carton. Moving on. But shady forensic chemicals made by a shady detective can hardly be called evidence. Oh, I forgot to press it. That testimony doesn't give me much to work with.
What do you think, Ryu?
It looks like he's trying his hardest to give us as little information as possible. The less he talks, the fewer angles of attack I'll have available.
Wow, he's like the opposite of Holmesy. He talks so much that he leaves himself wide open.
Why can't Holmes be on the stand? Why can't he be Gumshoe? I was excited to see Sherlock Holmes in court. That hasn't happened once at all during the course of this game. I bet it will, though. There's no way it won't. I want to have Holmes and Van Ziek's interaction. That's gonna be a treasure. Holy crap, it's gonna be so good. I'd like to draw out some more information. But that troublesome twosome next to him seems to be acting strange too.
Maybe that's where we should start looking for clues.
Huh? Should I start with them?
Anyway, we gotta get him to fess up to something or he'll be free to go.
Yeah, I won't let that happen. I should listen closely. One more time. Well, let me just press the last statement and then I'll go listen to what Waluigi's thinking about. Something's odd about what Krogray said about the blood? I wonder. What do the Warrior Brothers know about blood? But Sherlock Holmes is the most famous detective in the world. Are you saying that being incredibly famous makes you correct then? Yes. I mean, that's what the internet thinks right now. Oh boy. I mean, of course. Oops. I wish I had said that with a bit more confidence. Of course! Ugh. I need to get Apollo's cords of steel. I'm fine! I once managed to capture and imprison the world's most famous con man. But would you believe it? That man told the most believable lies. Moving on. As you know, the city's telegraph office is the heart of Britain's information exchange. I would very much like to return and continue serving the nation as I do daily. You can't go back just yet. Alright, skip all that. I know exactly what to press. Waluigi, tell us.
Well, I was just thinking, something's off about his testimony. It doesn't have nearly enough wah. Bruv.
Huh. There's no doubt that traces of blood were found at the crime scene. Yeah, pompous butthead. I mean, I wouldn't be so rude, but yes. Actually, I would be that rude. He's a butt. He's an egg butt. Do you imagine? Pearly white. Alright, what is it? What you got? Shoto! Excuse me, Mr. Tinpillar? Yeah, what? Wait, no, wait, that's Wario.
Wah. Yeah, what?
Oh, sorry, I meant the other Mr. Tinpillar. Why do you always get the wrong one?
How many times do I have to say it? I am not.
Not you! I'm not Wally. Yes, I know. This is gonna get confusing. Gregson is even interjecting when he's explicitly not for him. It probably does depend on the translation you read. How much it'll depend what the exact words they use and the tone of voice is going to be different. I feel like the writing is very purposeful here, and I can only think that has a lot to do with Scarlet's study. I think they did a good job. I think they did a great job with this localization. It feels like if Capcom were to localize this game with no restrictions, like this is like the most true vision, I think. Nemi Tin Pillar. You could have said that in the first place. Excuse me.
Hey, you what? Where?
Just now you were gazing at Mr. Krogray as if you were deep in thought, or madly in love. One of those. May I ask you why? Because I feel uncomfortable and I point it out every time. I'm just putting myself in Ryunosuke's shoes. I'm pretty much like acting as if like, why you gotta put me on the spot like that? Oh, I feel like it makes sense for me to act like I'm him. I'm in the role.
No, you got it wrong. It wasn't me, I swear. It was this bloke here. What?
One of you, whatever. Nemi, answer the question, please. When you were looking at Krogray, what came to mind?
No, I mean, I wasn't thinking nothing. I swear to me dead mom.
No, it was Egg. He was looking at himself. That Tin Pillar brother.
I wasn't thinking nothing like don't swing that cane around or you open your wound again.
Wound again? So you do know something. Wound? That's the line of questioning I was thinking. Bullet wound, show us.
Well, yeah, I mean, we was only shot in the arm 2 days ago, you know? So I was just a little concerned, right?
Nemi, thank you very much. Mr. Krogray, did you hear what he just said? And if I did, hey, look at that. Shades of Von Karma, shot in the arm, maybe? Give me a metal detector. Do we have those yet? Are they invented? No? Okay. And plus the bullet's not in him, so it doesn't really matter. Celeste is back. Welcome back. How you doing? Did you get food? Was it good? It looks like your good friend here was concerned for your health. More specifically, he's worried about that wound on your arm. Uh-huh. My lord.
Yes?
I have no idea what these two men are talking about. I believe that I should not be forced to testify about anything unrelated to me. 2 nights ago, someone was shot and injured at the crime scene. From the height at which the bullet was found, it's likely that the victim was shot in the arm. Did we know that? Or are you just saying that to put him on edge? On edge. Evan, what's up? Howdy, sir. Who did it? I think it was Egg. I think it was Egg. No, seriously, his name's Egg. Well, his pseudonym was Egg. Mr. Krogray, let us take a look at your arm. Show us what you're hiding on your left arm. Hey, he's gonna... Okay. Next he'll say this is unrelated to the crime. This wound. I know what you do. I know how this game works. I refuse. Mr. Egg. This guy was using the name Eggs Benedict up until now. I wish it was still Egg. I'm still gonna call him Egg. Without any decisive evidence to connect me with those two hoodlums over there, I am under no obligation to submit to such a demand. And what if we prove that you're involved? What if we prove that you're relevant? I don't know how yet, but we will. He has 2 middle names, and they're both Egg. Rupert Egg Krogray? That's a mouthful of egg. In the first place, I do not even have a connection to the victim's pawn shop, let alone this trial. You have no right to make such insinuations against my character.
You claim that you're completely unrelated to the victim's pawn shop?
I got proof of that, I think. Do I have the flyer in my evidence? I hope so. What? Something here has gotta say that Egg was there. I don't have the flyer he had. We know he was there, we just need evidence. My lord, please have Mr. Krogray add that statement to his testimony. Here we go.
Very well. Let us continue with the cross-examination. Do you have any objections, witness?
For now, you don't. But I do. In just a second. In any case, you're completely unrelated to the victim's pawn shop. Are you? Oh, don't be sorry, Celeste. That's why I keep my VODs up. That's why I upload them to YouTube. If you ever miss a stream, you can always catch them on the YouTube or on the Twitch. As long as Twitch keeps them. It would be nice if Twitch kept my VODs up forever, but, you know. Haha. You're completely unrelated? But you were there on the day of the crime. Plus, your name is Egg and his name is Hatch. Maybe you're, like, literally related. As I said, even a man like me will occasionally grace a pawn shop with my presence. In fact, I'm searching for a new armchair for my study at this very moment. Objection! But on that day, you were trying to redeem a pledge. Where's my proof? Where's my evidence? I'm afraid I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, there you go. Yeah, Gregson was there. He can vouch for me. Well, let me just listen to the dialogue, huh? Are you sure you're not confusing me for someone else? His twin brother Egg. Woo-hoo. I can say with certainty that it couldn't have been me. But you and the pledge ticket. Naruhodo was whining. He thought he had him cornered.
Hold it, Ryu. Don't be such a crybaby.
Iris?
The pledge tickets from Hatchling's shop don't have names written on them, remember?
Oh, even if we had them, we couldn't use them to implicate him.
We can't use those to prove who the true owner of the pledge really is.
Oh, that's right.
It looks like this isn't going to be easy. You'll have to show some indisputable evidence. Otherwise, that guy will never confess to anything.
Indisputable? We got some testimony at least. All right, let's go. Gregson, give me the deets. Dire Hit says he's a hottie, and he is a hottie. Something like that. Either way, this egg is, I'm out of puns. I'm sorry. Somebody's thinking one for me. I'm gonna have chat do all the work. Oh. I promise I will compensate with good stream. Egg is quite cunning. It's not really a pun, but if he's the final boss of this game, then sure. Final boss. If he's like the final opponent, you're completely unrelated. Oh wait, I read this already. Come on, Grayson. Give me that contradiction, baby. Shut up! I love Naruhodo's voice clips. I will keep saying that. Excuse me, Inspector Gregson?
What do you want?
You were at Hatch's pawnbrokers at the same time as Mr. Crogray, weren't you? If you won't believe me, you'll believe in a detective, an inspector of the law, right? Eggiati! Oh, that's a good one. Egjection!
I do suppose I remember meeting you that day. Both you and your fair lady assistant and the defendant was there too.
Do you remember the pledge that the witness was trying to recover?
Hold it right there. I'm afraid my memory of it all is rather shaky.
Ooh, you call yourself a detective, man? Well, you can't even remember what happened 2 days ago. This is life or death for Gina. This is life or death for Egg, and I hope death. I hope his egg gets scrambled. I hope his egg gets poached. How about that? You're the only evidence we have. We don't have any objects. Do what work? You spaced out. Think of an egg pun. Let's go. All right, chat. Question of the day. What's your best egg pun? Looks like the pawn shop was filled with forgetting gas. Maybe it actually was. That was the murderer's plan all along. What? You can't be serious. Sorry, you expended all your effort already.
As such, I'm sorry to say that it would be inappropriate for me to testify on the matter.
You're the only one. Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes can testify. How about that? We're running out of people. What's going on here?
But isn't he the one that showed us that photograph? Remember, he submitted the photo taken by Holmes's camera.
Oh, You're right. Do I know Naruto's Japanese voice actor? Oh, is it someone famous? Is it somebody I know? Let me know. Go tell me. Don't kill Egg. He's too hot. I don't know. Any hotter, he's gonna get boiled.
Indeed, the man in this photograph could very well be the current witness.
Could? It looks exactly like him. As this photograph reveals, this witness has definitely visited Hatch's pawnbrokers. I never denied that now, have I? Eh? It was aliens. Extraterrestrials. Okay, now we're reaching. I went in for a browse, and then I had a quick chat with the owner. But that's all. What is he doing? I can understand why Kroger would try to deny the fracas with a disc. But why is Inspector Gregson trying to avoid the subject too? This might be the same reason that Van Zeeks didn't want the music disc submitted into evidence. It's because he knows that if he ties this case to the case he's working on, there'll be no end to his work that needs to get done. He's just being lazy. Oh, Gregson, Lady Justice would like to have a word with you. Oh, what? Naruto's voice actor voices Kokichi? Well, I don't know what Kokichi's Japanese voice sounds like, but that's super interesting. Choto! Well, how about that? Celeste has to go to sleep? No, well, I'll catch you in the VOD later, or in another stream, wherever it may be. Have a good night, Celeste. Sleep well. Don't sleep too late. Don't be like me. Alright, this message is for future Celeste. Welcome back to the VOD. How you doing? I won't be able to see your answer, but I hope you're well. Kokichi's Japanese voice is pretty good. I know that Phoenix in the anime, his Japanese voice is the same as Koichi from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It's a random thing. He can do a little boy voice, but can also do a objectioning man voice. How about that? That tells someone he doesn't give me much to work with. Oh, we're back here again? What? Okay. So if it's the same, then the only thing I can do is submit evidence to that last statement. I think. The obvious thing would be to present the disc. It's the only evidence we have. It still doesn't prove he was there just by looking at it, but it's also the only thing we have. I think. I think? Yes? No? Maybe? I don't know. What was that thing about? Actually, no, wait. Did I not? Let me double check. Let me double check that I pressed Gregson at that last statement. It's odd that it didn't come up with a different statement to object to. Yeah, why is Gregson hiding it? Yeah. So Gregson's hiding it. I gotta present the disc. Let's see. Just making sure I don't want to look stupid on camera. I want to be a smarty pants. I got a brain. I use it sometimes. Gregson is as fishy as his fish and chips. Random aside, you heard Bloodstain is good, but the Switch port is not great. I heard about the performance issues, the graphics downgrades. It is super nice of Koji Igarashi's team to address it so quickly. They immediately put out the game came out on Switch today, but they already put out an update saying they're looking into performance improvements. Seriously, Bloodstained is probably the most well-managed Kickstarter game I can't even think of. Like, they're super transparent. They know they delayed the game just to make it look better, to play better. The game didn't end up being bad. They just know how to make a good project. There was that whole thing about... There was that video that Igarashi put out, like He put emphasis on, oh yeah, we're gonna have free DLC. We're gonna have no bugs. We're gonna have good game. He's a good egg. Yeah. Well, they're updating it for the Switch. If you're gonna get it on Switch, don't get it yet. I have it on PC. If I do stream it, it'll be that one. Shutakumi chooses all the voice actors while not knowing who's who, and ended up choosing the famous ones. Well, the famous ones would have good auditions, I suppose. And Susato's voice actress is Chiaki from Danganronpa 2. Does she even have voice lines? I don't think she's said anything. If she does, that's probably a spoiler. Don't say anything. Do you happen to recognize this disc? Why would I? This disc was being held at Hatch's pawn shop until the day of the murder. The defendant, Gina, moved to redeem the item. But all of a sudden, a man jumped in and tried to steal the item from her. Oh, right. She talks in the cutscenes. That's true. As you know, Mr. Crogray, that man was you. How many times must I say this until you listen? That man was not me. Some other egg. I've never even seen a disc like that before. There's a bloodstain on this disc, however small it may be. You wanna show us your fingers? Any puncture marks?
At first glance, it appears to be a thumbprint.
Hey! Do they know about fingerprint matching yet? You can see the numerous metal pins on the base of this disc. When the criminal tried to steal the disc, he cut his thumb. Aha! In the hot seat now? Is your blood boiling? Egg? Since the criminal left blood on this disc, that obviously means that there should be a cut on his thumb.
Oh, of course!
Mr. Crogray. Got nothing to say? You may have refused to let us see your arm, but how about we just take a quick peek at the tip of your thumb?
That's not me. That man was wearing a hat. You see, I'm not wearing a hat. You gave Naruhodo the hat.
Darhit was excited for Bloodstain, but let down after the reviews. I saw the footage of the gameplay. It doesn't look unplayable. I hope they sort out the performance issues. I really do. I'd wager that we'll see a certain little cut on it.
Oh!
Well, it appears I may have underestimated you. I underestimated you. Let's see what you've got.
What?
Nani? So you admit it then? You admit that you have a cut on your thumb because you tried to steal the disc. No, I have a cut on my thumb. It's unrelated to the incident. Yeah. Ace Attorney games. I know how this is gonna play out because this is how every game plays out.
Order in the court. What do you have to say to witness?
He shows his other thumb. There's no cut here. What are you talking about? I think there's a slight misunderstanding going on here. To say that I tried to steal the disc is not at all accurate, and I'm tired of hearing it. What's that supposed to mean? How about you start dodging the question? Show us your thumb. Get naked. Do one of those. That disc was mine to begin with, after all. Hey? Oh. Do you all seriously have a problem with me redeeming my own pledge? That wasn't the issue. The issue was whether or not you were involved in the crime. You were admitting it then. Yeah? No? Yeah? No? Maybe? Darhit was disappointed that you wanted the game. Now you're very hesitant to get it. I mean, if the performance is important to you, I would wait on it. You'll have to see gameplay. See if the slowdown is bad enough for you to not get it. Really up to you. Well. It seems this piece of evidence will explain the connection between this man and the murder. Testify again. This time, tell us more about this disc. As you wish, I suppose. Though it's clear that this disc has nothing to do with a murder case, in my opinion. Oh, really? I bet it does. To Magundal. Did you write that? tell us more about the post-it note. Main GI wonders if Egg actually had any pledges, if you could look at the ledger list. Well, Hatch doesn't write down the names, he only writes down the item and the password, so even if we did have the ledger list, we wouldn't know. Dang it, Hatch, why don't you keep better documentation? About the disc. To McGundle may be written on that disc, but I can verify that it's mine. Oh, okay, you addressed it, fine. On that day, the defendant pilfered my pledge ticket from me. I made great haste to the shop in hopes of reclaiming my item before her, but the disc found its way into the police's hands either way. In other words, I had no reason to sneak into that shop. Hold on a moment. Would this McGundle be the man who was put on trial 2 months ago? Now you're getting it. Did we not establish that before? I guess we still needed to prove that this disc was relevant to the trial, huh? Show us creamy egg whites. Oh, whatever that implies. The one who mysteriously died shortly after I declared him not guilty? Yes, that is the one. What? Then Mr. Crowgray, you know him? Does this mean that you are acquainted with Mr. McGundle? No comment. I plead the fifth. This isn't America. There is no fifth. Yes, my lord, I was. The secret comes out. Does Egg is associate with McGundle?
Order! I have to say, I wasn't quite expecting Mr. McGundle's name to pop up here again.
According to Gina, McGundle gave her this disc. On the night of McGundle's crime, he told her to pledge this disc to Hatch's pawnbrokers. So it does stand to reason that Egg has something to do with McGundle, which is why he was going from pawn shop to pawn shop trying to find McGundle's stuff. Maybe you overheard the conversation on that night? What are you trying to find, man?
What that Krogray guy says it's his!
That's a clear indicator that his testimony is full of lies. He went to the pawn shop to steal McGundle's possessions. Direhit doesn't even know what you were trying to imply. Oh, you know. You know. You want to see his eggs?
Now, defense, begin your cross-examination.
You know, his fingers. Those are his eggs. About the disc. To McGundle. So why is it on there? You want to tell us? You want to have an alibi for the court? But it has his name on it. How can you claim it as yours, Egg? Direhit says Egg is the hottest character in the series. In the entire series, huh? But what about Azeroth, though? What about, the Steel Samurai? You can probably tell, but being a telegraphist, it earns you quite the salary. Or does it? Mike, thanks for the host. How you doing, man? Welcome. Are you well? Egg? Erg. Yes, we're cross-examining Egg right now as we speak. Certainly, you are dressed rather well. Normally, a wealthy man has no need for pawn shops, but as it happens, I once left my wallet at home by accident. With no other recourse, I pledged a high-quality brown coat at a pawn shop. What else was in the coat? Tell us, huh? Tell us exactly how many items and what items were in there. It's like the lost and found. You have to tell us what's written on the inside of the underwear. Underwear? Was this your coat? Well, of course. I can't pledge someone else's item, but what I had completely forgotten was that I had left that disc inside the coat pocket. Forgotten. Yeah, sure. Chris is the best, that's all. Mike, no. Don't tell lies to the chat. I'm okay at best. Mike's at work. It's been super busy, but not bad. That's good to hear, at least. At least you're not swamped. Have a good day at work. Hope it doesn't get. Hope it just stays that way. Not too busy. It's always good. Care to explain why the disc says to McGundle? Yeah. Listen to the Van Zeeks, man. Collecting rare music box discs happens to be a hobby of mine. Oh yeah, what kind of player does it play in then? I met Mr. McGundle at one of London's social clubs. Meet him at the club. It's going down. To my surprise, he was also quite the fan of music boxes. Was he though? This is all fabricated. He's just making up a story.
So this is...
This was a sample disc before the final version was published. Is it McGondle's spicy mixtape? I had planned to let Mr. McGondle have a listen to it, but alas... You accidentally left it in your coat pocket when you pledged it. Precisely.
Gina Bean didn't testify about any of that last time, did she?
She didn't. McGondle coerced her into silence. If I badger Krogray too much about this, he might expose Gina's perjury.
Oh, this is getting far too complicated.
Is that a bad thing necessarily, though? If anything, it'll help get McGondle convicted for that crime 2 months ago. Is that a thing? Is there such thing as double jeopardy? I don't know how the court system works in England. Like, whether or not Gina lied before, yeah, sure, it might look bad on her character, but it doesn't mean she killed him. Doesn't mean she killed Hatch. I should leave this subject alone for now. Fine. Boom, 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 da, da, da. Pledge ticket. The thing. Gina stole your pledge ticket? Indeed, you can never hold your valuables too close when walking in these streets. So you're using the pawn shop as a safe, right, like Holmes does. Your story checks out so far, but Gina didn't do that. You would say that, but she is a pickpocket and a frequent offender at that. On the day of the crime, you had acquired information on Gina. Then you went to Hatch's pawnbrokers in search of her. You did all of this to seize McGondle's disc.
Eggioti!
I object to the defense's baseless nonsense. Nonsense? Don't sustain it. Damn it!
Objection sustained.
Overrule it. Just because of nonsense.
I object. That was very objectionable. Bull. Defense, this is a formal warning against baseless slander. Do you understand?
Yes, my lord. Why does everybody believe Mr. Egg? Mr. Eggman. Then allow me to continue with this pointless testimony. I made great haste to the shop in hopes of reclaiming my item before her, but... Was this your first time visiting Hatch's pawnbrokers? It was my first time making a pledge, but I do rather enjoy window shopping. You chased after that pickpocket when you realized she had stolen your ticket. Exactly. It took me a moment to realize, however. Then I rushed to the shop before she ended up withdrawing my coat. In the end, I wanted nothing more than the return of my own belongings. I can't do anything about his lies when I have no evidence. Everyone just shoots me down. What can I do? I have to collect more somehow, or at least get him to slip up. But how? But who? Who can help me? Detective Gumshoe. Oh, he's not born yet. He's just a sperm. It was confiscated by Inspector Gregson, correct? Yes, I believe that was his name. I was told that all items related to Mr. McGondle were being seized as evidence. Oh? Just let me get through this a little bit. I'm gonna hear everything he has to say. And so that inspector took my disc. Are the Warrior Brothers still here? Yep. They haven't really done much. They haven't really done much useful. Although Nemi did reveal that Egg has a wound on his arm. What's weird is that they slipped up. Why is nobody capitalizing on that? Why is nobody mentioning that Egg has a wound on his arm? Why are we not considering the possibility that it's involved with the case? This is just too convenient. It's like, is Egg paying off the jury, the judge, the executioner? What's going on here? Thanks to this little scamp's horseplay, I ended up cutting my thumb. Dick Gumshoe's ancestor is a sperm, most likely. His grandfather's like a child at this point, maybe. And this is the disc you cut your finger on. Yes, that is correct. Indeed, Scotland Yard has been gathering all of McGundle's belongings. It appears there was some dire situation that made this necessary. I'm afraid I know nothing about it. I honestly didn't know this McGundle man very well to begin with. Just enough to get a disc from him. I'm simply a telegraphist with a love for music boxes. We just gotta find some hole in his story and fill it in. Gregson, ooh, genius. Hey, welcome to the stream. It's your birthday, isn't it? Happy birthday to you. Yeah, glad you can make it. When you don't question his reactions, don't ignore me. I'm sorry, Gregson. It's all for the sake of dialogue. Did Egg get a massive inheritance from McGundle or something? Could be. Maybe they're in cahoots. Maybe he's the omelet to his egg. The judge is usually in favor of the prosecution in every game. Usually, because they do want to get somebody convicted. They do want justice to be passed down. Just the logic is not always quite there. It's up to us. Let's fill in Egg's hole. Direhead. So thirsty. Dun, 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 dun.
I said it. I just read the reading chat.
No reason to sneak into the shop. There may have been some high-value unredeemed pledges in there. He's no petty thief. He's not after that stuff. No, there were not. I checked while I was stealing this disc. What? The police sent a man to appraise all of the items in their shop. But it was all a pile of rubbish, hardly worth the space it occupied. And the reason you went to the shop really was to retrieve McGundle's belongings. Not yours, McGundle's. For goodness sake, man, you really need to clean out your ears, friend. But I'll play along. Let's assume that your hypothesis is correct. Need I remind you that the disc was seized by the yard? It wasn't inside the shop anymore. That goes to show you that I had even less reason to break into the pawn shop. No, that just fits your narrative that all you wanted was the disc. But there was something else. There had to have been something else you needed that was still there. Yeah, when you were trying to recover the items, you said like, that's it? That's all? What was with that? Were there no more McGundle's items left in Hatch's pawnbrokers? Oh, there was a small box. Is that really true?
Hey, Ryu, if you got evidence, you should shove it right into his stupid, annoying face.
Whoa! Iris has got a blood wish. Is that a thing? Iris. Little war maker over here. McGundle put the disc into his coat pocket and then he pledged it at the pawn shop. Then when he realized that he was going to be put on trial for murder, he gave the pledge ticket to Gina.
That frilly man over there is definitely a big fat liar.
It looks like the police were after the stuff he left behind too. That would explain why Inspector Gregson took the disc.
But Toby's mumbling about something over there. I can't hear him clearly.
There's something bothering him, I'm sure. I can't worry about him right now. First, I have to break through Krogray's lies. Break open the psych locks. Can you imagine how many psych locks Phoenix would see if he was here? How many twitches that Apollo would see if he was here? How many emotions that Athena would see? I kind of want to see a what-if scenario of every Ace Attorney game. Like, what if the protagonist, or at least their abilities from a different game, was suddenly inserted into a different one? Like, what if we had Ace Attorney's 1's trials, but with the power of seances, huh? Gonna see exactly what happened when a certain character died. He's not fat, though. That was Hatch. To McGundle, no, we gotta press that one statement that Inspector Gregson was curious about. It's confiscated, yada yada yada. Sold ataka. What you got, Gregson? Excuse me, Inspector Gregson? What happened to your fish and chips? It kind of disappeared into nothing. Whoop. Right into hammer space. Right into fish and chip space.
What do you want?
Did something come to mind when you were listening to Mr. Crowgray's testimony?
No, not really. Nothing at all.
Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Let me ask another question then.
Sorry. The fish and chips expired.
Looks like you're gonna need a brand new batch. A brand new hatch. Why was the yard after Cosney McGundle's belongings?
You expect me to be able to share that information? That's confidential.
Is this one of your top secret investigations, Inspector Gregson?
Yes, sir. Surely you understand.
2 months ago, Cosney McGundle met his untimely demise. He was a prominent figure in London, but he could not escape the dark rumors about him. No. And those rumors turned out to be true. Gosh. Oh, he's a bad man. I don't know if anybody's noticing, but I'm doing Prosecutor Van Zeke slightly differently because I suddenly got inspiration from a certain movie that I was reminded exists because a remake's coming out soon. Be prepared for the coup of a century. Scar from the Lion King, yes. Be prepared for the murkiest scam.
Lord Van Zix, where are you going with this?
Are the police trying to cover up all the crimes he was involved in?
Please say no more. There are times when inspectors are assigned duties that must be carried out in secret.
Bribes, are they? He finally finished the fish and chips. Guess they weren't endless. No, they're just constantly regenerating inside his stomach. So at this moment, he's like getting more and more full and he's about to explode. Uh-oh. That's bad. Then you're implying that this was a direct order from the Lord Chief Justice Hart Vortex. I wonder why he seems to have so much faith in you. Ooh.
In any case, if you want more information from me, you'll have to get permission from Lord Vortex first.
Can we get that, please? No? Gregson's extreme investigations from Vortex. Alright, this is getting extreme. So this is how it all ties in. So, yeah, they were busy with covering up McGundle's crimes? Even to this day? How influential was that man? What in the world? Vortex was behind all of it? For some reason, I didn't trust him from the beginning. It's like there's something big going on between the prosecutor and the inspector. Something bigger than this case.
I suppose we have no right to demand more information from Inspector Gregson. Witness, return to your testimony.
Thank you, my lord. Is that it? Nothing new. Wait, there's nothing new. I have to press something. If it's not the disc finding its way into the police's hands, something that ties him to. So we have evidence that says there was something else. I think that's what we need to present. Which one? Which pledge ticket is the one that says there was a tiny box? It's a ticket from Hatch's shop. It's on the back of the photo. Small box. Yeah, this is it. So I think this is what we need to present. Let me double check. Let me press this again. Yeah, proof something else belonging to McGundle was there. I had the pledge ticket. I'm just being careful right now. I don't know why I am. I don't need to be that careful. There may have been some high-value unredeemed pledges in there. Right. Oh, rubbish. Well, either you took it already, or the police looked it over because it was just a box and they couldn't open it, or they didn't think what was inside was that important. It's gotta be it. Let's present it. Yeah. Got him. I love when the music stops in these games. It's always such a calming feeling. He just wants the World's Fair to go well, yeah? I am visiting this country. I am here to see the Crystal Tower. This disc was brought to the pawn shop under McGundle's orders. Then you tried to retrieve his pledge. What now? Except the inspector confiscated that disc before he could take it for himself. With that truth established, there was no reason for him to break into that pawn shop. Oh, but there was. There was still something else. That's not completely true. I'm not squeezing the mouse. Just because I'm talking in Dimitri's voice. Sure is a good feeling. Like, yeah, got him. I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't there a part in another Ace Attorney game where the music will stop regardless of whether you're right or wrong? And it just makes you feel so betrayed. Like, the music is stopped. I got it. Oh, it's wrong. But that's not how these games work. Everything I know is a lie. If that's not a thing, it definitely should be. Imagine the heartbreak. What? McGundle pledged another item at the same pawn shop. The second pledge ticket proves it. Ugh. That happened in Trials and Tribulations? Okay, I wasn't just imagining it then. Oh man, I really want to play the original trilogy again. Well, where's Brad when you need him? McGundle pledged 2 items to Hash. You broke in to try and steal the second one. And you did it together with your 2 partners in crime. Crow Gray, or should I say, Tin Pillar. A second pledge ticket. Then what else was it in that he deposited it? The receipt only says a small box. Well, that's awfully vague. You mean to say that I brought these 2 idiots just to break in and steal a tiny box? I believe it's possible, yes. Utter nonsense. Once you've eliminated the impossible, all that. Why would I ever do that? Once the contract expires, the pledged item is unredeemed and placed on the shop floor. All I would have to do is purchase it. I wouldn't have any good reason to steal it. That is true. Maybe you wanted to make sure that you get it before it goes on sale. Maybe you didn't want Hatch to possibly open it and find out what's inside. Maybe somebody already bought it and you wanted to find out who. I don't think Hatch keeps a log of who buys these things, though. That is true.
You make a good argument.
So does that mean there was some reason this guy needed a box on that specific night?
Oh, box on that night. The same night that Susato goes home? Is there a correlation?
My lord, I want to make something clear to the court. And what would that be, Lord Van Zieks?
Unfortunately for the defense, the truth is perfectly clear. No small box was stolen from the victim's pawn shop. We have evidence that says as much.
What?
No! What do you mean? When you have a log of every tiny box that happens to be in the shop, I doubt it. What is it? What?
Really?
Maybe you were afraid Gina was getting into it first? Maybe you were just keeping watch over the shop, making sure nobody broke in, and when Gina broke in, oh no, then it wouldn't have mattered what night Gina broke in. It's just as long as he saw her going in. Inspector Gregson, submit the photographs. Look at the photographs.
Sir, understood.
Photographs?
These pictures were taken by the camera that the great detective set up.
Holmes's camera?
As we previously indicated on the sketch. There were 2 of these cameras installed in the victim's shop. One camera was set to capture Hatch and any customer standing at the shop counter. The other one was set to capture the shelves where the unredeemed pledges lie.
According to this pledge ticket, the redemption period for McGundle's box ended on 13th of April at 9 p.m. This was 2 days before the crime was committed. The moment the deadline passed, the box would have been placed onto the shelves. And then 2 hours before the murder, at 11 p.m. on 15th of April, this picture was taken.
So what, you're looking at the shelves and comparing them? You're making sure that nothing was... You can't tell me that absolutely nothing was bought in that time? Was it? Wasn't it?
My, these shelves are positively bursting with unredeemed rubbish. Wow, this is garbage.
Wow, this is useless.
Here's another photograph. This is from after the incident at 2 a.m.
You don't know. Maybe the box is just outside of view. Maybe the box is on the counter. Maybe the box is right under the camera.
Very well, let us compare these two photos.
With our cross-eyed vision. All right, I'm gonna stare at it. What? Excuse me, I see a clear difference. The box is floating.
Even when they're side by side, I fail to see any differences between these photos.
Did you learn nothing, Judge? Can you not cross your eyes? Where's that juror with the stereoscope? We need him to show us.
Oh, my eyes are going blurry.
Don't strain yourself now. We probably need you for another game.
It's natural to question whether or not anything was stolen after the victim died. We at Scotland Yard investigated that possibility thoroughly.
The box moved slightly. Maybe they took what was inside it. It's stereoscopical!
Then these two photos have been examined already? Of course, my lord.
Not with silly cross-eye vision.
After we meticulously counted the items pictured in each photo, we came to the conclusion that they're exactly the same.
Lies. Lies! We knew this already.
I see.
We found out how to examine these. That's what you thought. Okay, let's just get on to the stereoscopical part.
As you can see, absolutely nothing was stolen from Hatch's pawnbrokers. This Japanese boy's claim is nothing more than a false accusation.
Ah! No! I was so close!
If only I could prove that he stole one of McGundle's pledges. Yeah, do your happy dance. That dance has never been more smug. I could have caught him red-handed. Or white-gloved. Or yoke-handed.
Hey, Ryu! I was just wondering about these two photos. Do you think that they're really identical?
Nope. Not one bit. I also have to wonder, why is it... No, never mind. I was wondering for a second why there was even two different photos from the other camera if it was only one camera. Oh, that's because only the objects on the desk were moved. For some reason, I thought the whole thing was from a different angle. Huh?
Very well, defense. The court wishes to confirm the following. On the night of the crime, nothing was stolen from the crime scene. Do you acknowledge this as truth?
No. Do I? I should look at these photos again. Is there really nothing odd about them? You know what? I think I'm supposed to use evidence. Because I can't just point it out. I can't just point at the box saying, oh, it moved. That's clearly different. No. I think I have to present the stereoscope. No, let me save. Just to be safe. I'm being very careful today. It's like I don't want to mess up on what may be the last trial. Let's use evidence. Before I answer, I'd like to test something. Oh, there it is! Stereoscope!
Huh? What are we testing?
For this test, I'll need to use a certain piece of evidence. Yeah! Can't be any more obvious. Oh, Van Zieks knows what we're about to do.
I'm afraid I don't see where this is going. What other evidence will reveal a difference between these two photos?
They're saying it almost plain as day. It's the gun. Of course. You never heard of this new forensic scheme? You just shoot the picture, and the differences will start to appear in the gunpowder marks. I'd like to use this. Let's look at these photos stereoscopically. Yes, my favorite part! Okay, calm down, juror number 3. Okay! I was joking. He actually getting excited. Chat's uncomfortably silent right now? I don't know, it's time for people to go to sleep. I can't blame them. You finally opened your eyes to the truth! Not because I like stereoscopy or anything. Baka. You've come to see the stereoscopic future of stereoscopes! Of course he's excited. I am so happy they made juror number 3 speak out on that.
Go for it, Ryu! Let's use this baby and look at these 2 pictures one more time!
What baby? You have a baby? You had a baby last time.
Here we go!
Shadowheart's doing his daily events. Yeah, it's as long as people are here, it doesn't matter if you're... I don't mind. People are here to hang out. People are here to chat. People are here to watch. People of all kinds are here for different reasons. Don't get juror number 3 too excited. He might egg his pants. What? Some doofus is about to head out, but this is really interesting. So you're going to be listening on mobile while you walk. All right. Glad I could be of entertainment, doofus.
Here we go!
Ho-ho! Right there! I sees it. I had a feeling all along. There's clearly something odd about these 2 pictures. What? What, you didn't even try, Van Zeeks? Too high and mighty to cross your eyes every now and then?
Defense, the court orders you to point this out this oddity.
I wonder.
Point out the abnormality in these photos.
It's so difficult. Where could I possibly... Oh...
This is like the easiest photo presentation in any Ace Attorney game. Prosecutor Van, I don't want to put effort into anything Zeeks. That's his name.
Don't wear it out. That was my nickname before I was the Grim Reaper.
I will acknowledge that these photos look nearly identical. But there's just one part that's different.
What?
If you look at these pictures stereoscopically, even when someone without a stereoscope could find that difference. I mean, like, they were so obviously misaligned. This small box almost appears to jump out from the pictures. Here we go. I still can't believe we're using the properties of a viewfinder, a viewmaster, as evidence in court. Longest period of time Dire Hit's been on Twitch that the chat was silent. Oh, it happens. I'm not a very big streamer. I'll be honest. Oh, people come out to watch. A lot. I've noticed that a lot of people are here from come to watch from, say, they're used to watching YouTube, and they're not used to live chatting. And I'm okay with that. I'm totally fine with that. People are, whether you're here to watch, whether you're here to hang out. I'm glad that people are here, entertained by the game, entertained by me. It's really nice. Again, I thank everybody. You guys are great. You guys are awesome. Select the blur. If you look carefully, this entire picture is blurry now. This small box almost appears to jump out from the pictures. I don't believe it. I just like this image of Van Zeeks playing around with a toy. It's like he's kissing the stereoscope. Windy Sleepy. Yeah, it's understandable. I should be a really small, obscure streamer. I get 1 viewer in the chat every so often. Oh, that was me the entire, like, first half year I streamed. On Twitch, the requirements to get affiliate are have 50 followers, stream a certain amount of time, and have at least an average of 3 viewers. The thing that was hardest for me to get was the average of 3 viewers. Like, I don't know, people would show up, maybe they chat a little bit. I don't know what I did. I just like to play games, and if people are here, if people want to watch, then they are free to. And whatever they see in me, I will provide. Whatever it is.
I don't believe it.
And I'm so glad I'm not streaming on YouTube. Oh, look at the judge. That's kind of adorable. But please don't hurt yourself. Shadowheart streams on YouTube end up with people giving out ads and shouting random slurs. Sounds like YouTube. Twitch is fun. Twitch is nice. I'm so glad. I would be dual streaming on Twitch and YouTube, but there's like there's a clause in the Twitch affiliate agreement that says you can't stream to both at the same time. So here I am. Direhit's not used to it either. You switched from watching on YouTube to Twitch so you could comment. And look at you. This is basically how I got into Twitch. Like, I used to just be a YouTube watcher, viewer. But then at some point, I realized I'd get the content faster on Twitch. Like, I'd see them live. I get to actually chat with the streamer. It's interesting. It's cool. If all of you are anybody who's watching out there on YouTube land, and if this is my last stream of this, I request you at least check out the stream at least once. Say hi. It's fun here. It's cool. Got all these nice people in the chat. What Direhit sees in me is a cute chicken. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Oh. There's about 7 videos left. Oh, my. Oh, the videos. Well, if I end early. Yeah, the other day when I finished this game, we watched through some of the trailers for this game that came out before. It's fun. They're like little skits that play out with all the characters. I'll see those again the next time I end early. Maybe the next time I don't know, stream an Ace Attorney game in general. We'll see. Yeah, Weenie's having more fun chatting with people live. I'm glad you now see the light. Also, if you excuse me, I'll get back to the game now.
You're right. It's jumping right out at me. Oh, it hit me in the eye. Oh.
There's only one logical conclusion. That night, McGundle's box was not stolen. Instead, someone did pick up this box before trying to put it back where he found it.
This is it, isn't it?
This is the small box deposited by McGundle. What?
Balderdash! What is this supposed to change? It wasn't stolen, it was just moved. The circumstances of the crime still haven't changed at all.
I don't know if you're playing dumb or just trying to ignore the obvious, but clearly what was inside the box is what's important. I don't know, but he's right. McGundle's box wasn't stolen. It was just moved a bit. Does that mean the situation hasn't changed? It changes everything, though. Oh, excuse me. Some doofus is one follower away from affiliate. Oh, well, if that wasn't a reason to give you a shout out, then oh my, you gonna get your affiliate on somebody else's stream? I don't mind. You did raid 2 hours ago. Let's give you that a shout out again. Yeah. Also, watch the Gyakuten Saiban 2 trailer. It's epic and has your favorite piece of music. I will. After I finish this game. Don't you think this changes the circumstances of the crime completely?
What do you mean?
The issue here is what was moved. A small box. Exactly the same as the pledge. That must mean something was inside, right?
What?
Progray. Gotcha now, egg. We need to examine the small box pictured here right away. It should still be on the shelf in Hatch's shop. Yeah, something tells me that it hasn't been open for business ever since 2 days ago. Unless somebody stole it, there's no point. The owner of this box has been dead for 2 months. What does it have to do with us? If it's empty, then... Objection overruled. Lord Van Zeeks. Bailiff, head to the crime scene at once. Retrieve the box in question and examine the contents. No problem, doof. One follower away. That's exciting. I remember those days. This is exciting right here, right now. The whole of the case rides on whether or not I can turn this into a successful argument. Like, what was so important? What was in the box? What's in the box? A bullet, maybe? A tiny gun? A small puppy? I expect a report within 30 minutes, or my money back. Perhaps this would be a good time for pizza. A recess. I can't believe the Crown Court is being dragged about for such a pointless display. What was that? This is just more Japanese smoke and mirrors. They adore this foolishness. What can I say? I like anime. Why do you say that? This college boy has jumped to a ridiculous conclusion from the very start. He thinks our witness was trying to steal Magundle's pledges. But if you had any common sense, you would realize that none of it was worth stealing. Exactly. Exactly. It's absurd to even imagine that I would attempt a robbery. Egg. That egg was inside the box. That's it. It was a Fabergé egg. That's why it's so valuable. Hands down, this is the most epic. Sorry, Millie really likes egg, and it's almost lunchtime. No. Whose stream do you think you're in? Exactly.
As you all know, Magundle was killed immediately after his trial. But he was declared not guilty. It was proven without a shadow of the doubt. The great Cosby Magundle was an outstanding Londoner who wouldn't hurt a fly. You proved it yourself, college boy.
I proved nothing. He was just declared not guilty on a technicality. He was an upstanding citizen who deposited some average pledges in a black coat with a disc in the pocket and a small box. Honestly, you couldn't pay me to take those off your hands. Not even the music disc if you love them so much.
You know he's right. Mr. Magundle was rich, so I could understand if it was jewels or a wad of cash. Don't be daft, you can't pawn a wad of cash.
Indeed, the prosecution raises a good point. It's circumstantial. It doesn't matter why they were stealing all this stuff. The point is it ties him to what happened 2 years ago. It ties him to Magundle. Ties him to... Okay, so 2 months ago, Van Zieks was trying to get Magundle, try to get him charged with murder. Now he's an upstanding citizen, huh? Because it suits your narrative? Me and Jay, I remember someone in the comments was wondering why people dislike Van Zieks. You dislike him because he's impulsive, interrupts the defense during their point. He goes, "This is irrelevant" all the time and throws cheap insults. That's a lot of prosecutors, though. That's a lot of prosecutors, though, in Ace Attorney. I think the thing is, though, is that the pathos argument, because there is a jury, it works the most in this game. So Magundle stealing the show and actually having arguments that make sense even though there is no evidence, the fact that it actually helps his case is something that is a bit of an injustice. But the way that these cases are, there isn't always all the evidence. Some of these arguments they have to be based in feelings. They have to be based in pathos. That it's without evidence, it's all we have. It's a different take on Ace Attorney, and I like how fresh it is, at least. I think Van Zieks is good at his job. He's not trying to be evil. He's just trying to get the party found guilty. That's his job. Kind of like how Edgeworth used to be. Of course, without any forged evidence, I hope. And he's silent. He interrupts less than most prosecutors. Yeah. I'd say he interrupts the least of any prosecutor, even though he does interrupt sometimes. When he lets us have our closing arguments. He's not allowed to talk. Not supposed to be. Dire Hit dislikes him because he's bland in one note. He lacks character. That's the thing I noticed most about him in this game. He hasn't had a chance to be a character. He's just a plot device. And I've been told that he gets better in the second game, and I can't wait. I can't wait. The defense must show adequate proof. Prove the significance of the items pledged by your upstanding former client. Huh? He's got the leg slam though. That's plenty of character. Your thoughts, defense? Do you have anything to present? What is the basis behind your claim that these items are related to the case at hand? Doof is back. Welcome back, Doof. Did you get your 50?
What's wrong, Ryu? Isn't it kind of obvious that both of these are super important pieces of evidence?
Only to us? Damn. Of course it's obvious to you and me. We just have to prove it to the jury and to the judge. We know the truth about both McGundle and his disc. But if I tell the truth right now, that means telling everyone the truth of the acquittal I won for McGundle. That doesn't matter. McGundle can be guilty for all I care. Come on, Naruhodo. That's the past. Now let's focus on the future. Hey, if getting your own record ruined and getting McGundle proven guilty is the price to pay for getting Gina acquitted, I see no problem. It'll prove that it was an incorrect verdict made possible by forged evidence.
Oh!
And we'd also be telling everyone that Gina committed perjury.
Oh no!
It's fine. What's important is we find the truth. I don't want to imagine this, but does Prosecutor Van Zieks know? Is that why he's doing this? Maybe.
But this might actually be a good opportunity.
Huh? Why, Iris?
Come on, you say it all the time.
What do I say? Objection? The truth will always come to light. Is that what I say? I'm sorry, what I say is once you've eliminated the impossible, the improbable is what's the truth. Sherlock Holmes. The only thing I know Sherlock Holmes says. What is the deeper meaning behind McGundle's pledges? The only one who can tell us is Gina. Put her on the stand, maybe? What if I ask her to testify? Naruhodo, please, it's okay. It's okay. The truth will be revealed. She could inadvertently put us at a major disadvantage. I don't know. We've recovered from worse. Should I have Gina testify? I think so. Yep, Gina getting perjury is definitely worse than a life sentence. I see the tweet, Hammy. I'm looking for a good break in the chat. You don't have to add me. I saw it earlier. Dire Hit hated Nayuda. It's not even satisfying beating him because he never became more humble. It's weird. With that game, I feel like we're supposed to understand him a bit more because of Apollo and how Apollo... I'm trying not to reveal too much about that game in case I play it. How Apollo interacts with him. I agree it doesn't really show in his character. But I think he's at least an interesting prosecutor. Request a testimony. Let's do it. My lord, I would like to make a proposal. Will you let me call in a witness? And what would that be, defense? Oh my. That is a cursed tweet, Hammy. That is very cursed. While Mr. McGundle's box is being transported to the Crown Court, I would like to hear the defendant testify. Let's bring Gina Lestrade to the stand. The defendant? But for what purpose? I want to know more about the items Mr. McGundle pledged to Hatch's pawnbrokers. Gina Lestrade knows something more about the circumstances surrounding them. And in that way, we'll get a connection to this case. If she testifies, I'm sure that everyone will understand. I'm sure. it won't backfire and blow up in our face. Just how important these pieces of evidence really are. Oh, how very fascinating. Oh, you're willing to humor us, huh? I hope you haven't forgotten. Know what your client's testimony means for the both of you. Oh, I am fine. I know. Lord Van Zeeks, could you explain your statement? Darhit's favorites are Clavier, Simon, and Godot. Oh yeah, those are some good peeps. I kind of miss Clavier. I mean, a lot of these prosecutors only have one game, but he was a fun dude. It's like he was our brother from another mother, trying to help us find the truth. And he's got a sweet air guitar. Main GI feels like they're one of the people who dislike Francisca. Huh? Why? The whip gimmick is treated too comically, as if people don't care that she assaults people all the time. I can see that. I think the tone of Ace Attorney is just silly enough that it works, and nobody's ever like scarred or anything by the whip. But whips actually are weapons. Like, don't play around with that in real life, unless you know you're into that. I won't judge, but they leave serious wounds. Whips. Let's see. Oh, chat is on fire right now. If we ever got a plot line where someone stole Francisca's whip and she freaked out, she would have liked her? I mean, she has a pretty she has a role in the other games. She's not non-substantial. And I like that about Francisca. Like, she's still treated as a character along with Edgeworth that happens to be in the world, happens to be relevant, and she gets brought out when it becomes, you know, when she's needed. That whole thing in game 3, that was fun. That was that one trial of game 3. I think you guys know the one. That was I like that one. Or you're a Belmont. That's a different whip user, the vampire killer. It would be nice to have a prosecutor that never gets redemption by the end. Well, from the looks of it, maybe not Van Zeeks right now. I mean, character arcs. A flat character arc is still a valid arc. The prosecution consents to the defense's request. Put the current cross-examination on hold and demand testimony from the accused. Wow. Very well then, I shall. Maybe we're entertaining Van Zeeks. Now the court requests the defendant's testimony. The current witnesses should retire to the lobby and await further instruction. All right then. Don't egg, you're not wearing your hat. Don't think you're scot-free. Don't think you're walking away with that egg on your face. Then if you will excuse me. Hold it, witness. Remain at the stand. You are to listen to the defendant's testimony. Haha. Understood. Either Van Zeeks wants Egg to listen to the truth from Gina and we'll see what lies Egg comes up with, or maybe Van Zeeks is here to make sure that Egg's story is straight when inevitably their testimonies conflict. It depends. What side is Van Zeeks on? I'm not sure yet. Gina's gonna testify now. Please, you have to trust me here, Gina. Ryu. Manfred von Karma doesn't get redeemed. That's true. We just eventually find out that he has a daughter, as if someone would, you know. Oh no, I would not. I would be scared to think about the circumstances of Francisca's birth. I wouldn't. Would I want to know what Von Karma's wife is like? Maybe his wife is even more of a, a Von Karma than he is. Prosecutor Ouchie's the best husbando. Pain. Yeah, Pain doesn't get redeemed. No, Pain's just gonna keep on painting. The thing that Direhit liked about Manfred was his ruthlessness, especially that taser scene. That was, I still think, that one of the things that absolutely got me hooked into Ace Attorney. Like, the twist that a prosecutor would be so just straight up rude to steal an important piece of evidence, and we turn it around on him, even despite the fact Maya coming through for us. That was a twist. That was a dramatic conclusion to a trial that didn't need any of this fancy spirit channeling or super twists like, oh, the phantom with the multiple personalities. No, it was just something that happened in a realistic way that happened to have just a bit of a miracle in it. That was excellent. That was great. Hi, Gina. How you doing? How's your face? Direhit hopes that Mrs. Von Karma comes out in a future game. Maya's top 5 moments. I think so. Definitely top 2. Actually, Maya has a lot of moments. Dang, Maya is so important. So pure. The items that McGundle pledged to Hatch's pawnbrokers are deeply connected to that case from 2 months ago. I do believe this girl stood as a witness during that trial, yes? She did. Her testimony established Mr. McGundle's innocence. Huh. What an interesting turn of events. Everyone connected to that case is once again gathered here now. Perhaps this is what we call fate, Japanese boy. That's my name. Don't call it out. Don't wear it out. 2 months ago, a bricklayer was stabbed to death inside an omnibus in the dead of winter. What is it now? February? Oh, no, it's April, right? The only one inside the coach alongside the victim was Mr. McGundle. Naturally, Mr. McGundle was fingered as the prime suspect. But as the trial progressed, a new possibility emerged. It was possible that the murder had actually occurred on the roof, and that the victim's lifeless body had been dropped through the skylight. Was that really true? I guess not. No, it's June. No, it's June in real life. I see what you're doing. Well, to you maybe, to me it's June 25th. I'm on the west coast of the United States. Haha, 9:45 here. This is why I can go on all night. Gina Lestrade's testimony brought that possibility to light, but it turned out to be lies. At the time, Gina was hiding in the omnibus. She hoped to steal from the coach's passengers. The only thing she stole was a bad situation. And so Mr. McGundle was declared not guilty. Maya's number 1 moment was in AA6. Scratch that. 2 great moments. She had a lot of great moments. If I can remember, the channeling was, well, it's not so much a Maya moment as much as a funny thing that happened because of Maya. And the other thing, okay, maybe I shouldn't say it. If I do stream Ace Attorney 6 at some point, I don't want to spoil people. Oh, Windy. Oh, Windy. Look, that term, that phrase, I have not seen in any game other than Ace Attorney. I'm just gonna say that. At least not in that context. Gina stole our hearts. Give it back. Give it back, Gina. I need that. I don't got blood. I need my chicken heart. Maya's top 5 moments is every time she gets arrested or kidnapped. Or every time she asks for cheeseburgers. Eat your cheeseburgers, Apollo. But immediately after the trial, he mysteriously died inside the Crown Court. Mysteriously, huh? What if he's still alive? Just laying him low. 2 months have passed, but neither case had reached a conclusion. Neither the omnibus murder nor the arson.
However, the defendant's pledges weren't mentioned at that trial, I believe.
Gina. That first thing I mentioned is more epic than it was funny. Well, I'm specifically talking about that time with the monk. Yeah. Will you tell us the truth? Now's the time to speak out. Tell us what really happened during the crime 2 months ago.
I wouldn't have a clue. I mean, like, I said all I know.
You told us the real truth yesterday at the jail, didn't you? Uh-huh. If you're not gonna say it, I will. I don't know if the court will accept it as evidence, but... Do I mean every game? I mean, what's the guy's name? Not praise a lot. Albi? No, that's the guy, dude. What's the guy's name? The dude that was killed, and then we channeled his spirit because... And then the lamps... Why am I blanking on this? It's been a while since I played that game. I keep thinking... I don't know. Abbott in me. Trust in me. That's the guy. Yeah, Trust. Trust in me. Funny and badass. Okay, we're on the same page. Yeah. Well, yes. Yes, actually. Please, I beg of you. This is really important. But... If during your testimony 2 months ago, you happened to purposefully hide the truth from this court, naturally you'll be tried for perjury. Well, it's better than being tried for murder, I'd say. On top of that, your reliability as a witness will be called into question. Though I must say, I have to wonder if you were ever to be considered reliable in the first place. Yeah, exactly. We got nothing to lose.
Gina Bean, please, you gotta trust Ryu. Trust in me. Iris, we're on your side, Gina Bean. Oh.
Don't cry, Gina. Work with us here.
All right then, I'll talk.
Yes! Gina! I suppose the defense has found the resolve to crush his own reputation. I don't care about my reputation. I care about the truth. I have to say, I don't think I quite understand what is happening here. But it appears there's some sort of secret being kept here. And that secret involves Mr. Magundal's pledges and the incident 2 months ago. Go on, witness. The court orders you to testify. Testify about the truth you have yet to reveal. Everything is gonna come to light here in this Crown Court. Prosecutor Van Zeeks is right. The only way forward is to steel my resolve as an attorney. Sorry, it's referring to how she did what only happened once previously in the series. Off screen too. Okay, I may not remember Ace Attorney 6 all that well, which is good if I want to play it again. But I want to if I'm going to do it all on stream, I need to work my way back up because I have played those games before. I want people who haven't seen these games to kind of have the full story. The truth of 2 months ago. And also probably I'll play with Brad or Nash or somebody who hasn't played them. I want to at least have like some of that joy I get from seeing people discover these things for the first time. That's one of the reasons I watch Let's Plays and streams in the first place. I like to see people figure out things, see how their brains work. I assume at least one person out there watches me because of that.
Truth is, the victim was on the omnibus too. When I was pulled out of my seat, I saw that disc on the floor. Then I heard a scream from above. That's when the other two passengers ran for the police. Magundal handed the coachman some money and sent him to the nearby pawn shop. He threatened me. I had to keep quiet about what I'd seen and heard.
What in blazes is going on with her testimony? It's completely different from her testimony 2 months ago, is it not?
Yeah?
Ignore that part. It's the truth this time. I swear. Weenie wonders if Baroque had faced any defense attorney that cared about the truth like Ryu. I don't know. There's a certain type of determination and resolve in Naruhodo, and it definitely runs in the family, I believe. Indeed it is, my lord.
It seems almost as if the verdict handed down to Mr. McGonagall was a complete mistake.
Yes, it was. Now can you please reverse that, and can we get on with this trial?
Furthermore, it seems as if Mr. McGonagall himself was scheming to deceive the court. I can only imagine there was a very sinister plot working in the shadows.
It's undeniable that there was foul play afoot at the trial 2 months ago. It's foul, because I was there. Ha! Chickens.
An unforgivable deed committed by the defendant, the witness, and even the defense.
Good heavens!
That whole trial was nothing but lies and false testimony. Mr. McGonagall, the witness, and even that Japanese attorney, they were all in cahoots.
No, you're wrong. No, I mean, that attorney bloke didn't know.
You're not fooling anyone.
He didn't know. That's hardly reliable testimony.
How horrifying. He have achieved an acquittal with devilish lies. This evil cannot be left to fester. Go, punish them all.
Look, it's not my fault. I was just doing my job, and it happened to not work out so well. So what if he was actually guilty? I didn't know. Gina was being forced not to talk. It's all McGonagall. It's all him, and I'm not just pinning it on him. I swear, 100%. I will acknowledge that we committed a grave crime, one not easily forgotten. I am prepared to accept any punishment that awaits me. However, this testimony makes the truth clear. The items that McGonagall left behind are of profound significance.
Very well. Exchange student.
Huh?
If you're so passionate about the truth, the least we can do is listen.
Van Zeeks? No japes? You'll really hear us out. Please. Thank you. Yes? Huh?
These are indeed regrettable circumstances. Master Naruhodo.
My lord.
A suitable punishment will be formulated after this trial has ended.
Understood. I deserve it. All me. I'll take all the blame. Gina has nothing to do with this. Wasn't the defense casting suspicion on the forged evidence? I was trying to get there. Dire Hits says 6-2 and 6-3 are two of your favorite trials. I don't remember those, which ones those are exactly. The one with the stage performers and the one with the... Wait, no. The one... I forget everything. He usually faces high-profile criminals who bribe jurors, judges, and attorneys. You bet he had to go against some slimy and corrupted a-holes. Yeah? Van Zeeks has seen a lot.
Naruhodo.
Now begin your cross-examination.
Oh, I fully intend to, Judge. Let's go. Magic and monks. Oh, those were the ones. Wasn't... Oh, yeah. Trial number 1 was the whole, one with Albi Urguide. Yeah, I remember now. I'll tell you that trial made me really, really want to go out for soba. Thankfully, I'm not allergic.
Truth is, the victim was in the omnibus too.
Oh, wait, press it. You were hiding something. You were hiding inside the omnibus at that point, right? As I recall, you were inside the seat trunk.
Yeah, but it was pitch black, so I couldn't see nothing.
2 months ago, you testified that the only passenger inside the coach was Mr. McGonagall, yes? In other words, she told us all bald-faced lies.
Lumen McGonagall made me say that.
It's okay, Gina. Just tell the truth now. Were McGonagall and the victim acquainted?
Not a clue.
Well, they were kind of yammering at each other the whole time. What were they talking about? Could you even make out any of their speech? There's something weird when Gina's testifying? Weird how? Like a glitch? Something weird about how she behaves. Millie's, it's gonna go get lunch. Catch you on YouTube. All right, Trainer Millie. Have a good day. Hopefully I won't keep you from your work or wherever you're going. Have a good lunch. Hopefully there's egg. Always. I will always say this. I'll accept chicken too. You know, eating chicken saves lives. I'll catch you in the VOD. All right, this is for the funeral, Trainer Millie. Hello, welcome back. How you doing? I couldn't hear him all too proper, but it sort of sounded like business. They were talking about buying something. Borrowing money, something like that?
It sounds like they were making some sort of deal.
They got louder and louder till it sounded like they were starting the right aggressive row. It shook me so much I could hardly breathe. But then, all of a sudden, there was a real loud noise. It sounded like someone had fell.
That was when you screamed, correct?
Yeah. And then that bugger McGundle found me.
Dire Hit says Game 6 is one of the best, which is good because Game 5 seemed lackluster. Game 5, my problem with 5 was that I think I've mentioned this before in this series, but what they were trying to do with Game 5, I feel, is trying to simplify it a lot more, since after Apollo Justice, the Ace Attorney series was kind of getting off the rails, kind of getting a bit too out there and silly. They tried to make it a bit more simple and a little bit more realistic in a sense, but they ended up making it more silly and just easy. 5 was okay as a game. I still enjoyed it. Though. 6 I felt was the true return to Ace Attorney being truly back as a series, I think. I liked the gimmick that they had in that game. It was unique, and it allowed us to see... It allowed us to present contradictions in a different way. It gives you hope that they improved. I think so. Especially with this game? This game and 6 gives me hope for the series again. I love them. You don't think the way they wrote off Apollo... I don't know what they're gonna do in regards to that, Windy. Like, maybe they'll still keep the dual country nature of the games. Maybe have some trials in Korean, have some trials in Japanifornia. We'll still see if they're out of the picture or not. I refuse to believe that they're just gone. When I was pulled out of my seat, I saw that disc on the floor. About that disc you saw, did it look like this? Yeah, that's probably it. It was on the floor, right next to that guy.
I wonder if that disc actually belonged to the victim.
Mugundo swiped it right up and shoved it into his coat. And then he made me sit in the seat opposite from him.
Trying to get you framed for the murder, but, like, not you... I guess Magundo's goal was to make it as confusing as possible. Anything to make it look like the murder couldn't have happened inside the coach. What did Magundo say to you?
I was told to keep me lids it and talk about absolutely nothing I'd seen or heard there. That included the disc. His eyes terrified me. If I didn't say yes, I was sure he'd stab me too.
Probably would have. Jeez.
And then he started asking me all sorts of stuff about myself. Me name, where I lived, and about me life as a pickpocket too.
And eventually, the murder scene was discovered.
Yeah, I had a clatter from above.
AGI, like 5, you know it has typos. The contrived Phoenix is a lawyer again, and really easy, but is there anything else people dislike about it? My main thing was the difficulty. The story was fine. Well, actually, the other thing is, to me... I know that these games usually tie up the plot at the end, like everything is connected. But with 5, it kind of felt like there was almost nothing it didn't feel like any of the trials kind of stood on their own, which kind of makes sense. I think because the last two trials are basically the same trial. That was a weird way to structure that game. Like this situation with all the space stuff is cool and all, but I would at least like some variety in the situations. I don't know. Apollo did not get much of a chance to shine in his own game. That's true. Yeah, at the very least, 5 and 6 add so much more character to Apollo. You can see that Capcom was trying really hard to redeem him after 4. Trying really hard. Dire Hit watched LP, so you can't speak on difficulty after game 4. Even then, you can see how simple things are. It's usually like in other Ace Attorney games, you point out somebody's lies. Like, take Giselle from the beginning of this game. You point out a lie, and she's like, well, actually, I can explain it this way. Well, actually, you can't prove that. You have no evidence. I hid it all. In Ace Attorney 5, it was kind of like, what? You found out I was lying? Oh, no! I guess I was lying. I heard a scream from above. That's when they called the police. There were 2 passengers on the roof seats. Yeah.
That lot screamed when they saw the body through the skylight. The coachman stopped the coach straight away, and McGonagall made me hide.
What's the pun with Cosney McGundle? It's in Japanese? Oh, dang it. If only Viviana was here. I guess it like sounds like something like Koshu ni Megundaru. Maybe? Maybe there's a pun in there. Maybe that means a sentence. He made you hide.
Yeah, he shoved me right back into the trunk. When the omnibus stopped, the 2 lot on the roof ran off to call the police.
That proves that those 2 passengers truly weren't connected to the murder.
If they call the police on themselves, either that's part of the long con or they really weren't involved. This judge just gets lost in thought so easily. So the only ones left at the scene were you, McGundle, and the coachman?
Yeah, but I was hiding in the trunk. Since someone left the coach door open, I could hear him talking outside.
If I remember right, the coachman testified in McGundle's trial as well.
Windy doesn't like 5 and 6's version of Apollo? He lost some traits you like? Well, which ones? He seemed like mostly the same person. They just like added on a whole bunch of backstory to him. Like a whole bunch. This case, case 1 of this game was long. That's also true. I did not expect that. I thought it would be done in like 1 stream. It ended up taking 3. McGundle's name translates to "I'll spare you some change." Oh, that's fun, because he's a moneylender. With the philosophy of Ace Attorney 4, which Shutakumi wanted to convey through the story, and Apollo got thrown away. What? Yeah. That makes sense. Haha! Double pun.
I think his name was Mr. Beppo.
What were they talking about? Mr. Beppo. Boopy de Beppo.
I heard one of them.
I heard one of them say something like, I have no idea what happened.
You had no idea what happened? Wait, tell us more about that. Who has no idea? What? McGundle handed the coachman some money. Bribed him. Not bribed him, just paid him to go take that evidence off. Because you knew it would be confiscated? Maybe something about that evidence would work against him in that trial if it was present at the crime scene. That pawn shop would be none other than Hatch's pawnbrokers, right?
Hold on. Then, no, you must be saying the coachman was lying as well?
Lying or hiding evidence?
At the very least, the pawn shop was not brought up in that trial. My word!
I love how the judge's wig is lopsided every time he gets surprised.
He took off his black coat and gave it to the coachman. It was a well-looking coat. He patted it down proper and before handing it over. When I saw that, it was all clear. The stuff he was popping was worth a heck of a lot of dosh. Grab it while you can, lads.
That would explain why Gina was trying to sell the disc for such a high price. I remember she was arguing with Hatch over its value on the day of the crime.
With McGundle's lot of cash in hand, the coachman was happy to go to the pawn shop. Then McGundle ordered me over, told me to go outside the omnibus.
Weenie thinks the retcon and backstories for Apollo are too much and cheap in 5. I think it's a little bit harder to believe in 6. Like, oh, by the way, Phoenix, Athena, here's this thing about me that I never mentioned in my entire life, but it shaped my whole formative years. No, 5 is like, oh, here's the friend this is the reason why I say I'm fine. He's the reason I am who I am. I thought that was nice and touching. It's just that they focused on that aspect a whole lot. A whole lot in like multiple trials. Like I got the idea after the first time he mentioned his friend. I don't know if we really needed to have like 3 trials centered around him. Kind of. AA4 tried to do some things that didn't mesh well with the gameplay, like the way you take down the main villain. That they tried to do something different. Hey, at least in this game they actually have a jury system that works, I think. Giving Phoenix closure, that's why, well, yeah, that's a thing. A lot of people know if Capcom didn't force Shu to write in Phoenix into Apollo Justice, it could have been way different. Yeah. You pretend that 6 is canon backstory and not 5? That's an interesting take. I never would have thought it would be that way. Although I really like the backstory in 6. It's just really funny to me. It's really funny to me that it's so obvious that it's tacked onto him after the fact. He threatened me to she had to keep quiet about what she'd heard. I like all of them. I like all the Ace Attorneys. I like 4 more than 5. I like I like 6 more than either, and I'm currently liking this more than any of them. I just like it's grounded in reality-ness. Even though Van Zieks doesn't seem to have much character development, I still see the potential in him. If after the next game he ends up being just a flat robot of a character, then I'll be like, what the heck? The rest of the game is written so well, though. He threatened you?
Told me that if I did what I was told, I'd be free to go off home.
Did he tell you to commit perjury, you little thief? Yes. That's what we're saying.
That and one more thing. He had another order for me.
And that could be to get the pledges back, right?
He told me to take the pledge ticket from the coachman and keep it safe.
Or take the pledge ticket, not to get him back, because McGundle was supposed to come get them. The pledge ticket?
And then, if he didn't come back to redeem it in 2 months, I was to go to the pawn shop and pay off the interest, extending the redemption period. He gave me the dosh just for that.
I don't remember you telling me that. If that's the case, maybe McGundle is still alive. I don't quite understand. Why would McGundle do such a thing? Why would he need to deposit his coat before the arrival of the police? I can only think of one reason. McGundle didn't want those items to be seen by the police. He wanted to keep them safe. He wanted to erase the evidence without destroying them. They were very important items that he had no choice but to hide. Curious and curiouser, the plot thickens. Mangi hopes that Apollo shows up in the next game. I hope so too. I think they're still, if they choose to, they could use that as a way to have the spirit seancing back. Like, there's a reason to keep part of the story centered in Khura'in still. Even though that was the gimmick of 6, I could say that I think being foreign is not too much of a gimmick to repeat twice. Like, there's still a lot of things we can explore in that setting. Wasn't the purpose of 6 to give him closure and allow the new writers to do something different? I don't know if they really know what they're trying to do. It's like they're trying to keep it open. Time travel? It's not time travel, it's just happening to be able to look into the past. It feels more like he's just gonna be doing his own thing. They could make a game focused entirely on them, maybe. Weedy can't convey what you like about 4 and what you appreciate the kind of message about the law that Shu intended. You just say 5 and 6 had that kind of money-grabbing intention? I can't truly say what Capcom's motivations were for keeping the series up that long. Like, it's really just, to me, 5 more than anything that doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like it really has the same spirit as the other games. 6 feels like a return to form. This game especially feels like a grand return to form. Oh, you mean... Oh, no. The time travel thing in 4? I forgot all about that. Yeah, I kind of just mentioned it, but... Yeah, Phoenix was forced to be in Apollo Justice. Apollo was supposed to stand on his own with his own personality. I think he did. I think he mostly did. It's just that the mentor character... See, the thing about Ace Attorney is usually the mentor character is out of the picture after the first case or so. Phoenix sticking around for so long is kind of odd. I feel like they're not really used to writing the mentor that way. You like the juror system in 4, but the whole... juror system... It wasn't really a juror system. It's just like, oh, vote for the ending you want at the end. I don't know. I don't have I can't look into the brains of the Capcom developers. You wonder how much of the plot had to change. Me too. I don't know if we'll ever get an answer to that, or if there would be a way to get a what if from Takumi. If Hobo Nick was some other guy and got changed to Phoenix after the fact, it would be hard to think of any sort of other mentor. Maybe like Christoph Gavin would have been the mentor, like the actual mentor, but now with the way the story got written, he got turned into something else. It's contradictory to find evidence. I don't remember what this time travel thing is all about, so maybe I do need to just replay 4. There's not really much I do remember. I just remember lots of magic and guitar concerts and what's that fake country? It's something with a B. Oh well. After all that, he let me leave the crime scene. Good job. Good job telling the truth, Gina.
Gina mean trust you, Ryu.
Even still, she's gonna be tried for perjury after this trial's over. And now's my chance to get the details from her.
Alrighty. We gotta press her so hard that she can't even stand anymore.
Let's not. Let's let her. She's under enough pressure as it is. Yeah, sure. Borginia, that's the one. I like how they made callbacks to that in investigations as well. Borginia. And now we're looking at real countries here.
You know, something's kind of bothering me.
What is it, Iris?
Those two have been whispering about something for a while now.
Yeah, I kind of noticed Egg was kind of turned away talking to Gregson. Oh, well, kind of just turned away. I didn't know you were talking to Gregson this whole time. He collected evidence in the present day and used it for a psych lock in the past? Did that happen? I know there was the forged evidence thing. I don't know. I don't remember. Those two have been whispering. She's right. It looks like they're engrossed in a secret discussion. They almost seem panicked. I wonder if there's something I can do about it. There's nothing I can really do, but... Wait, I'm confused though. She's just telling the truth, right? Is there something that we know is a lie that we can contradict? McGundle, flip the pop top. You have to keep quiet. What am I supposed to do here, though? Am I supposed to contradict something? Do I have okay, I know that Suzato gave me those previous case files. Maybe something in here? Death from a knife wound in the chest, suffered an omnibus's nightly commute, victim Mortar Milverton, male bricklayer, causing McGundle, eyewitness testimony led this court to believe this case was simple, fourth witness belonged to the This really... This is nice to have to remind me of the past, but... What does it have to do with anything? Excuse me. Like, am I supposed to contradict something? I'm not quite sure what I'm supposed to do. Windy's gotta go. Okay, Windy too? You probably get back in. You probably can't get back in time for the stream. Well, if I'm determined to try to finish this now. So even if there's like, even about 2 hours left, I'd say I'll still be streaming. Like, I've gone for 6-hour finales before. I said this was the finale, so I'm gonna try. I'll see. Christoph Gavin was interesting though. You're here. All right, Wendy, have a good lunch. Go get those eggs. I'll just always assume that people eat eggs for lunch. That's what you eat, right? Egg. Good job telling the truth, Gina. Oh. Well, thanks for the hint, Wendy. I would have never guessed that. Yeah, that is weird. Why would that mechanic change now all of a sudden? Okay. So, if you can use question even if nobody's surprised, why would the game choose now to change that mechanic up on me? I don't even. No. The question gimmick is usually pretty brain dead, but right here it's a clever way to use it. Yeah, I would have been I was completely stumped. I would have started presenting evidence. Thank you for stopping me from making a big mistake. Okay. It's a clever way to use it. If only there was a bit more indication. Like, up until now, the game makes it's pretty much just a linear line of questioning. I think that's the way it was back in Professor Layton versus Ace Attorney. Yeah. But which one? Let me save this one, because it has to do with the pawn shop. It has to do with the present day. You can use the question gimmick even if people don't, vocalize, huh? So let me see. Yeah. Well with code, pat down proper. It was all clear. The stuff he was popping was worth a heck of a lot of dosh. These guys are looking mighty suspicious. But how would I know? When the gun was one of cash, the coachman was happy because of the pawn shop. Let's see. I'm looking for something different about the way they're acting, huh? Manoka save. I guess I could save. Saved it. And you guys saved it for me, too. Alright, from the top. I don't know. Would Egg know anything about the omnibus case, though? I wonder. Did it look like this? It's probably it. It was on the floor. Yeah, I don't necessarily have to find a contradiction. Well, will questioning them even when... Well, here's a question. If there's a specific thing I'm supposed to question, will questioning the wrong thing penalize me right now? What are you doing, Greg? Why are you having a secret consequence? Why are you having a secret conversation? That's what I'm afraid of. They shouldn't be whispering in the first place. I thought this was a court of law. Why are we keeping things? You're... Oh, just... Hang on. Pardon me, Inspector Gregson and Mr. Trogray. Inspector Gregson, Mr. Crogray!
God! Whoa, why did you do that?
Oh, it's just question them at any time. It's just ask what the heck are they up to? That's it. That's kind of silly. Okay, maybe if they had like the little ellipsis that usually says you can question somebody, like but not call out attention to it. Like I would. It's odd to me that they use this mechanic in this way when it hasn't been used in this way ever before. This is gonna last 2 episodes. Not even close to done. Not even if it's a straight 6-hour stream. You seem to be whispering something for a moment there. May I ask what you were discussing?
Discussing? Don't be ridiculous. I have nothing to say to such a suspicious man.
I must agree, I have nothing to say to an inspector who sees my rightful property. That's what Ace Attorney is all about, thinking outside the box. Not usually with its mechanics. Usually Ace Attorney is pretty ruthless, was like, oh, you didn't think about things the exact way you want us to. Therefore, you get penalized. Yay. I don't know, it feels a bit contradictory to how the games usually work. I'm not... I accept it. It's clever. It's cool. I'm used to Ace Attorney, like, totally discouraging me from trying anything that isn't just the right answer. Those two have been talking since the beginning of my cross-examination. It's almost as if they've been negotiating about something. Negotiating with... Something either unrelated to the trial with the other thing that they were investigating? Something with Costy McGundle? What is it? Gregson, don't tell me you're not on the side of justice. You're on the side of justice, right? Well, as they say, in justice we trust. That's what Bobby Fulbright would say. I don't do a good Fulbright. I was trying to do like a Zap Brannigan voice. Alert the men. I have made it with a woman. Question the parrot. Yeah.
That's enough. The court desires no further testimony. The truth of this case has become startlingly clear.
What? Question the orca. Question all the animals. There's no animals here. Dang it. I also don't remember much of Phoenix Wright versus Professor Layton. Professor Layton versus Ace Attorney. I would be so down for a stream of Layton versus Ace Attorney. Let me know in the comments below after I finish this game. What Ace Attorney game would you like to see more of? My playthrough of the original trilogy with Brad? Or maybe Phoenix Wright Professor Layton? Or maybe Investigations 1 or 2?
2 months ago, a certain deal was taking place inside that omnibus.
Or, also the comments in the chat right now.
They were negotiating the price on this disc, but it seems negotiations failed. Outraged by the price of the disc, McGundle chose to steal it by force. And why not add murder to the laundry list of other crimes he had already committed?
But that just shows how significant this disc really is. I hope they don't ask me why it's so important, though. It's an Ace Attorney game, of course they will.
2 months passed, and then 2 days before this crime, McGundle's pledges would reach the deadline for their redemption period.
I had no idea what I was meant to be doing with that ticket thingy. I mean, I knew he kicked the bucket after that trial and all. Could have been a faked death. You follow instructions, Gina.
Much like the pickpocket you are, you moved to take his pledges for yourself.
Well, they were just gonna get flogged off. What's the harm in me taking them?
That may be, but that wasn't following the instructions. Ever since I saw that omnibus go up in flames, I had an idea in the back of my head that maybe McGundle was faked it and he's laying low somewhere Now that Gina is saying that her original instructions were to renew the trial, the pawn period, then there's he might just be hiding. He may just be laying low. Yeah, the first trial of Professor Layton versus Ace Attorney was a fun trial. You got that fish chopping lady. You had Johnny Smiles, the security guard. Sometimes you confuse the English trial in PL versus AA with the first trial in Gyakuten. It's London, same thing. Yeah, maybe I've said before. Maybe they got inspiration from that game to do a whole game set in London. But they speak English. English, yes.
You can't blame a girl for wanting a dapper coat, can you?
I think it looks good on her.
Cosney McGonagall murdered a man just to get his hands on this disc. Would you happen to know why, miss?
Look, I have a clue. It's just... it had to be worth a fortune, so if I took it, maybe I could flog it off for a good sum. You can't blame a girl for wanting to make some quick moolah, can you?
Milord!
Who? When? What? Oh.
The bailiff has just returned from the crime scene with new evidence.
The box! The box! Here we go! Here's that moment in Ace Attorney. Someone busts through the doors. All dramatic-like. Something that'll turn the trial on its head. McGonagall pledged that mysterious box 2 months ago. It has to be the key to solving this mystery. It's gotta be. And I suppose we're about to take a break right now, aren't we? Oh no. Oh no, I'm still good. What do you guys think? 2 more hours? Or maybe not. Maybe I should just save it. I'll leave it up to chat, actually. Because I wouldn't want to just force myself to squeeze through the rest of this game and potentially, like, cheat everybody of a full experience. Like, if people have to go to sleep, or if I get too sleepy myself, I feel like I won't do a good job. It's happened before where I'm like, oh, I gotta finish the game today. And a 3-hour stream turns into a 6 to 7 hour stream. Oh boy. Alright, turns out we're gonna save the rest of the game for another night. That is what chat and I have collectively decided. So, everyone, I hope you enjoyed the not finale of The Great Ace Attorney. I apologize because I intended to finish the game this week. Maybe I'll stream it tomorrow just to close it out. But yeah. Good night. Good night, everybody. Thanks for being here. If this is usually the part of the stream where I show fan art, if there's any. I'm looking in the Discord. It doesn't seem like there's any new fan art, so I'm just gonna close it out. Alright, well, in any case, thank you guys for being here. Thanks for being cool. Thanks for chatting up, enjoying the game, watching the game, having fun with me, discussing the greatness that is the 8 Attorney series. It's so nice to find other fans of the game. In real life, I only find people who have, like, maybe played the first 1 or 2 games. Barely anybody who's ever played the whole trilogy. It's such a great series, and I urge people to watch, or to play it, or at least watch it. Yeah. You called it. You knew it wouldn't be the finale? Well, I was prepared to go late, but I guess maybe not. I know better. I've done enough finales of games late into the night to know that this is a bad idea. I know. Yeah. Is the Hoy sound from Wind Waker? You got it! Yeah, it's Errol. It was the first thing I thought of when thinking of Hoy, but I didn't think to make it a sound until Hammy brought it up. So, he helped me find the sound clip, and now we got it. The 8th Attorney series. Oh, you heard that? Don't. My tongue is too big for my mouth. It does things it really shouldn't when I speak. The Eggs Attorney. I like that better. Sorry, it's played and watched every single case. Well, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, heck yeah. Right on. Hell yeah. In any case, I should probably end the video, at least. So, if you haven't already, you can follow me on Twitch to catch me live next time I play this or any other game. I'm currently working through this, Danganronpa 3. Was trying to start Banjo-Kazooie ever since they got really announced for Smash. That was cool. That was amazing. Just lots of things on the table and so little time. My stream schedule is a bit weird this week. I can only stream tomorrow, and then that's about it. But yeah, if you're on the Twitch, actually, I urge you, if you want to check out the Discord, you can join that. Make sure you read the rules before you join. We might do anime nights or watching other videos on Friday or Thursday. That could be in the cards. And as always, if you've missed a stream, you can subscribe to the YouTube to catch old VODs. Games I've played before in the past, maybe a year ago or so. And follow the Twitter for fun, random updates about the stream. Random fun updates about the stream. Regular updates about the stream, hopefully. And just you know, take care of yourselves. Keep well. Don't sleep too late. Brush your teeth. Drink your milk. Stay in school. Do your homework. Eat your peas. And stay clucky.